in the form of Don Lemon because he challenged that Indian Vivek Ramaswamy or whatever the hell his name was on national TV. In the form, I really am sick and tired of all of these people who have come to America after black people have fought for their civil rights, that these Indians and every other minority now enjoy, to tell black people how they should feel. I am so sick of hearing them making it seem the experience that black people went through this country, they should just basically get over it. Because it's still going on. You just have to watch some of these TikTok videos with this color Americans and others that you see the hatred. CNN is Fox Light. CNN is not doing any good for America when people who lie are not called out on national television. The NRA did not help black people. Do you remember a time when black people during the Civil War, the only time they could carry guns was during the Civil War? After that, if they had a gun, they probably would have been lynched. Do you remember what happened when the Black Panthers showed up in California with their assault rifles? Ronald Reagan changed the law. So to have this Indian say that he did on national TV and CNN fires Don Lemon because he called him out is total bullshit, people. These other races need to stop telling black Americans what they should and should not feel.
One thing about human nature is that when they receive good things that they didn't have to work for, they become arrogant. They become very arrogant and not appreciative. You have people that immigrate to this country like Ramos.
Hey, yeah, what's good, man? I'm trying to get the sister on, but I don't know. I think she gun shy. You dig? I'm trying to get her on. Young sister, I don't know. She look about anywhere 27 the most, but I think 25 and younger. She's like pro RBG. Trying to get her on. You dig? But we'll see. I sent her a link. She even made a video about me, and you know how they do it. They make a video, they be straw manning it. Well, what is FBA? Is it a cult? It's like, well, come ask me yourself. You know what I mean? So that's why I sent the video for. Like, hey, come, like, again, let's have a mature. She's your young sister. She's FBA. She won't claim it, but she'll say African American or black. No problem. I ain't gonna argue with her. I'm like, but either way, we're still from the same lineage. Hop on. I ain't gonna go crazy. You know what I mean? Just have a respectful, friendly conversation. You tell me why you hate, why you hate Tariq Nasheed and why you think FBA is a cult. Then I will explain what FBA actually is. It far supersedes Tariq Nasheed. Now she's RBG. So I want her to explain how RBG is not how Pan-Africanism is not a cult. Because their leader is a cult leader. So I'm like, so how do you so I know she don't know more Garvey than me. You dig? And matter of fact, let's start this show on your boy. Okay. Let's just make sure we don't confuse him. Now, he so far is an ally, he's a supporter. So I came up with a term. I came up with an all inclusive term that includes all of our supporters that are not FBA. You ready? I call it the United Family. So if you hear me say United Family, that's all of us. That's FBA and non-FBAs who support us. I call them United Family. You can do the same thing, right? We ain't got to be all exclusive, right? FBA is definitely all exclusive. ADOS is all exclusive. Freeman is all exclusive. But we appreciate our allies, no problem. Like nobody's gonna do anything in this world without allies. Give me somebody who's give me a nation that's successful by themselves. You ain't gonna find it. So I challenge Brother Reggie. He don't know one either. Okay, that's the thing. Like people come to people channels hoping we don't know something, so they can try to flim flam. It's like, nah, Brother Reggie, you messed up. Oh, I'm biased, a good dude. I know. And you damn sure ain't gonna be coming here lying, acting like this Pan-African shit worked. It's a waste of time. That is no better than like a dirty religion. It's on the same level as a dirty religion. Anyway, here's your boy. And again, I have no problem with him being Guyanese. I got some Guyanese close friends. That's not the problem. But I don't want him cosplaying as an FBA. Right? We don't want to lie. We don't want to lie about where we're from. Okay, here we go.
Actually, my father was born in the Bronx and my mother was born in Harlem. Okay, so no. My grandfather was born here in New York. Okay, it's my great grandfather on my father's side that wasn't born here. Okay, people.
How does one know that they're a foundational American? You got to go somewhere and feel it in your ancestral memory, or because let me just say that I, a few years back, did a like an ancestral search, not through ancestry.com or nothing like this. This is a sister who actually, tries to trace your lineage through documents and all of that type of stuff or whatever. So I had just did on my father's side, right? But in doing all of this, and I'm going to tell you, it traced back to Guyana, right?
Okay, right.
But it's about 4 generations back, right? So anyway, what I was going to say, how does one know that they're...
We can trace back.
Think my family suffered from redlining and all that type of shit? Because I know how you feel about like Jamaicans that come here right now, this generation, and they're able to get loans. My family didn't go through that. My family didn't get all that when they came here. We lived as regular black people. So let's talk about that.
That would not, if they came over and they immigrated, because your family came from immigrants. They immigrated over here, and you can trace
Ellis
that.
Island.
Right.
I know the boat.
That's very different, because you can't get a reparations claim like that. And this.
Okay, very clear. I agree with that. You guys agree with that. Jetty Sage, I agree with your comment. Okay, we're on one page. All right, so Jetty Sage broke it down. Who's FBA? He's right. That's all the same. And that's why I'm here, Jetty Sage. I don't want that division shit. I'm ADOS. Oh, I'm FBA, F ADOS, Freeman. No. When you say color, when you say native, black, everything you just said in this country, we know who that's talking about. That's talking about us. Okay? So I have no I appreciate Laura Jamore as a supporter, as a non-FBA supporter. And again, when you combine FBAs with our supporters who are non-FBAs, my term is called United Family. I call everybody United Family. All right. Okay. So now listen, you're not FBA, but you're not excluded. See, when we tell them they're not FBA, we think we're leaving them out to fend for themselves. It's like, nah, if y'all rock with us, if y'all not, when I say y'all, non-FBAs, make it very clear. If y'all not trying to undermine us, put obstacles in front of us and misrepresent us, if y'all don't mind taking the back seat, then United Family. That's my term, my coin. United Family. Okay. Period. Right, but what we're not going to do is lie and say you're FBA. I'm not going to let Laura Jamar lie and say he's FBA. It's okay to be Guyanese. Some of my closest friends in Jersey are from Guyana. All right, They rock with me harder than FBAs. So there's no shame in that. Okay, just be proud of who you are. You're from Guyana, you're Guyanese, that's cool. Keep rocking with us. Stop that flat earth shit, but keep rocking with us and keep, signal boosting the message. We appreciate you. All right. Just like that. But you're Guyanese, there's nothing wrong with that. Here we go.
Very important to not mix it up.
But now
Let me give Tiff the link. Okay, this is gonna be it's a nice sister. I watch her videos. I like her. She's very pro black. I'm pro black. You are pro black. So we got some things in common. I think she differs on some things, and I just want to hear her out. I just want to hear her out, and if she allows me, she can hear me out. Okay, that's the goal today. So the goal ain't division. Like if you don't got to call yourself FBA. All right. If you identify as a person who has a lineage stemming in this country, your family, like you're a direct sibling. So my goal in 2025 is not to be war at my city. That's why I don't want to go at Brother Reggie. Like I don't want to quarrel or squabble with my family who's part of my lineage. I don't want to squabble with none of y'all. No matter what difference we have, we could just walk away. But I don't want to squabble with nobody who's of my lineage. That's my 2025 goal. So when Haskel came on here, Jamaican Haskel came on here last night trying to cause division between me and Loletta, it's not gonna work because I already got a resolution. I got a New Year's resolution. That's not to squabble with my lineage. Okay, you could call it African American, Black American, Black, Negro, colored, descendants of slaves, whatever. We're still part of the same lineage, and I'm not trying to squabble with none of y'all. I want to hear you out totally, hear me out totally, and then we can agree to disagree, and we can move on and talk about things we agree with rather than things we disagree with. I think that is a fair deal. Okay, so let me find the link. And another thing too, what I'm gonna do. So now Tiffany, she hopped on, she's a guest. But now I'm gonna do the call-in thing where people that call in, see last night, those call-ins, they stood on the panel and they caused confusion, right? A lot of chaotic stuff. So from now on, I'm gonna treat the callers like everybody else, like Tariq Nasheed, like whoever, Tone. You're gonna it could be who else take calls in? That's kind of okay. Anyway, Star and Buck Wild. I mean Star report. If you call in, you're just a caller. So the guest is gonna be Tiffany. If anybody hop on, you're a call-in. That means you're gonna call in, ask a question, make a statement, get off. You're not, so no longer are you guys gonna stay on for the whole show. All right, because last night was embarrassing. We had 100 folks in here and y'all screaming and yelling and can't maintain your feelings. So we're not doing that again, man. I'm a solutionist, by the way. I said, how can I prevent that? You know what? They're just gonna call in and get off. See what they gotta say, ask a question, make a point. We will rebuttal. You can rebuttal, we rebuttal. You got the last word, get off. Okay, just like that. All right, so now let me send this link to this tip. Okay, so I just want to point out, Lord Jamal is calling himself a Black American, right? For lack of better words, he's calling himself a Black American, and he's not a Black American. He's Guyanese. Be proud of it. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, let me just put the link in there. The link is for Tiffany only. All right. Is there anybody else? Anybody else? Matter of fact, anybody else just gonna call in. I'm gonna do it like that. Like nobody else will click the link. Everybody else will have the call in phone number. You won't even get the link. You will have the call in phone number. Okay, so Tiff is right here. That's the link. So let me put the call in number. Okay, so everybody else, you're calling in. Okay, so so once you call in, I'm gonna change your phone number to what? Just an anonymous name, and you give me your real name. I'll change it again. But yeah, so we just gonna call in, give a question, give an answer, and get off because it was too chaotic yesterday. I ain't like that. It was my fault though. I don't blame none of the guests. 100% my fault. Ebizzle clicks the link. All right. Ebizzle is an exception. All right. All right. Okay, so I got the phone number. Let me put the access code in there. Yeah, hold on. Let me get the access code. Hold on. All right. Okay, let me just get the let me get the let me get the access code real fast before anybody say anything. So don't call in just yet. Okay, let us chop it up for a little bit, and then you guys call in.
What's the word?
Hey man, what's going on? Yeah, so we got a nice guest. She looked like she's 25 or less or younger.
I'm 35 actually.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm 35. Oh. I'm 35.
Okay, so anyway, introduce yourself.
Okay. All right. So my name is Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have a YouTube channel called Tiffany89.
Put your link in the chat.
Okay. I'll make sure I do that. So yeah, so what I do is I do content that deals with like history, like African American history, African history, and I talk a little bit about current events. Also I'm into like psychology, sociology type of stuff. So yeah, that's what I do.
All
Yeah,
right.
so yep, basically, I'm just a passionate person. I'm just a person that's a lover of knowledge. I pretty much consider myself to be student of life. That's why I am a student of life.
All right, so let me just say to Peter Bag Juice,
Okay.
even so he's in the chat. He was on the panel last night. So even though we go back and forth, and we have some hard words for each other, I actually like you, bro. All right, I actually like you, man, because I know you for a long time. You contribute to this channel. You help this channel grow. So I actually appreciate you, even though we disagree on some things, but we agree a lot on other things. So I just want to say that, I actually like you, even though when we disagree, it gets wild and crazy. But because we're both men, and sometimes men will fight it out, but that don't mean we gotta hate each other and like just go different ways. So I actually like you, and I believe you're intelligent, and I believe that I'm right, and because of that, if I believe I'm right, I believe I can get you right. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. All right, yeah, because I think you're pretty bright. I think you might be, in my opinion, I think you might be with, blocking yourself for whatever reason. But all right, so Miss Tiff, let me give you some background about me. My name is Unbiased Sports. I've been on YouTube for like 15 years. I was on YouTube before YouTube had a live feature, right? You had to upload you had to upload your videos
Right.
in 10-minute increments. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm familiar with your channel.
okay. So I start off on YouTube as a Nation of Islam member. Okay. And then I became a 5%er, and then I became a Black Hebrew Israelite. Okay, one West Israelite, but just to be more specific. All right. And then I came out of that and I became Unbiased Sports, a guy who just, pretty much experience with life, experience with religion. I got a deep background on Black history. Okay, that's why I like your channel, because you was showing like riots, stuff like that. Now, the riots, I'm not really that's not my field, that's not my direction. So that's why I could appreciate your video, because the things I don't cover, you were covering. But I definitely love Black American history. I like Black history globally, I really love Black American history. So when I see channels like yours, I find those things interesting, and that's what had you on my radar. I said, oh, you talking about Black history in America, a variety of things like that. But and also, of course, I couldn't help to notice that you're RBG, which is cool with me. So even though I say FBA, but for me, Tiffany, for me, Tiffany, when I say FBA, I don't that to me that's interchangeable with ADOS and freedmen and Black American and African American. So I don't mind using any one of those 5 terms. So somebody could call me a freedman, I won't be upset. FBA, ADOS, Black American, African American, or Black. I accept all as 6. I accept all 6 terminologies to describe myself. Right. So now I got to meet E-Bizzle because E-Bizzle background is kind of busy. Let me meet you real fast, E-Bizzle. Okay. So Tiffany, when you get a chance, when you become free, that might have been your background, and I muted E-Bizzle. My fault. But Peter Bagjuice. But what the thing is, bro, you said you'll look. I asked about Garvey yesterday, and you said you look into it. So, bro, look into it because I don't like people dishonest. Because when you're dishonest, you have an agenda. If you got an agenda, like there's no point of communicating. Because that means like when you have an agenda, you have tunnel vision. Like you just see where you're going, and that's it. You try to get there. You don't care about nothing else around you. So I asked you a question last night. You say you don't know. I call that cap. All right, bro. The internet is broad. I got stuff for you. I got resources right here for you from Marcus Garvey. You're Jamaican and you don't know Marcus Garvey. Okay, that's like a Black American that's in the conscious community, but don't know about Malcolm X. That's cap. All right, so Miss Tiff, or Tiffany, Tiff. Let me call you Tiff. So I know you had a bad experience with FBA members, and maybe you don't like the whole ideology. So can you give some background on that?
Okay, so my reason for not liking the ideology is because I at one point in time I used to watch Tariq Nasheed documentaries, right?
Okay,
When he
right.
first came out with those documentaries. And in the beginning, I was like, okay, this is cool. But then when I started realizing, the information that he was putting out to the people that was very inaccurate, and his mannerism and his attitude towards other Black people, that's when it became a red flag for me. And he also has a background as a pimp, okay? Teaching men how to pimp women and things of that nature. So I said, okay, wait a minute. So I learned how to connect the dots here. I said, well, where is his whole intention? Where is his whole purpose? Is his purpose to bring about the liberation of Black people, or is it a money scheme? And what I got out of it is money scheme. And also, with this, and also he's trying to create the diaspora wars between Black people from the continent, from the other part of the diaspora, and here in America. And that's not the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to bring more hindrance to the Black community. It's already enough hindrance that we have going on as of right now. If you look into our neighborhoods, if you look into our environments, if you look into our workspaces in our family, there's a lot of hindrance taking place. So now, here you got somebody come along having this organization called FBA. All of a sudden, he has a different type of attitude towards immigrants and whatnot, but you don't have that same attitude towards the people that has oppressed you in this country like you do with the immigrants. That's my issue. That's a major issue to me. So, and then what trips me out is he did a documentary about Haiti. He did a documentary about Haiti, probably about back in 2014, I believe. And it was a pretty good documentary. Very nice, very decent, pretty accurate. But all of a sudden, you got this attitude towards you know, Black Caribbean people. I mean, what was all that about? So yeah, to me, it's just another scheme. It's another cult. You know, that's how I see it. And it's like, if you're not going to be accurate about the history, then what is your intention? What are you doing it for? He's doing it for money, and it seems like
let
to
me
me.
ask you this.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Can I finish? May I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
May I finish? And then he also compete with the ADOS movement, and that's another movement that I don't like either. But he's in competition with them. He got some issue with Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore for whatever reason. So I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So I mean, it's what I'm saying. It's already bad that we going through so many identity crises because we don't know enough about our history. And it seems like collectively we don't really care about our history. We just go along with anything that sounds good, anything that fits our narrative, whatever the case may be, anything that's romanticizing. And so what I know about us as Black people here, we go along with a lot of romanticism. And we don't do the thorough research. We don't do the thorough investigation. We don't look into history enough. We don't like to read enough.
No. You would definitely not talk before me, all right? Because this is my guess. I'm going to respond to her, but you will get a chance to talk.
Okay,
I'm
my bad, bro.
All right, but sis, go ahead. Are you finished?
No, what I was saying is, okay, we don't, a lot of majority of Black folks here, we don't like to read. We don't like to do thorough research. That's why people like Dan Calloway and all these other cats, they can get over saying whatever, because people are not going to go behind them and actually verify the information. So my whole purpose with my channel, I like to give people sources to read up on. I like for people to go and do the actual research and not just take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? So I would tell them, hey, this is the book that I would like for you guys to read about. This is the website that you guys should go on, etc. Whoopty whoopty whoop. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Because it's time that, we're in a day and age where people can look up information, where people can find stuff. It's no excuse to not be able to use encyclopedias. It's not an excuse to not go to the library and go check out books. It's not an excuse to not even go online and purchase books. It's not an excuse to not even go online and look up archives. I mean, and you can see historical landmarks about our history, not only in America, but just just in general. You know what I'm saying? You can find historical landmarks. You know what I'm saying? It's in various places, but we don't take the time to actually look at them or pay attention to them. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't really care enough about our history to value it. So, and with that being said, I digress.
All right. So now, Peter Bagjuice, you know what I'm going to do with you if you agree to it? I'm going to have like a 2-hour phone conversation with you. No lies, just phone conversation, right? Because I want the real you. I don't want no showmanship. The real you, we could talk about everything. A 2-hour conversation, minimum 2 hours. All right. So sis, let me respond. So first of all, you repeated something that's not true, right? And you can't prove it about prove it. So people like to say, Tariq Nasheed is an ex-pimp. I heard Chief X say the last night, and he kept rambling, and I try to get him to prove it. So sis, in our space, we have something called source up, right? Or shut up. So in other words, if you can't prove it, then don't say it. Okay, so when people say he's a pimp, he never said he was a pimp ever in his life. Okay, and nobody has ever said someone else said that knew him, and nobody pulled up his criminal past to show he got some charges for being a pimp. So that's a lie. So what he talks about is macking. Okay, so macking is slick talk to women. Like, hey, baby, what's shaking? Like that's macking. So you have people like Alpha Male Series, you have people like Lucario, who are like in the Black space, who are well known to teach men. Of course, it's a hustle, but every man can't do it. But they sell it like every man can. So yes, that's a hustle. The macking thing, it's a hustle. But hustles are not illegal, by the way. Hustles are legal. Okay, scamming and defrauding, those are illegal. So nothing Tariq Nasheed has ever done when he did business was illegal. And I would love for anybody to source up. All right.
Okay,
So
may
now,
I ask you a question?
yes, go ahead.
Okay, so can I ask what happened to the museum that he was supposedly had
He
in
still got it.
LA?
He still got it.
What's going on with that? So is it an actual museum or is it a club?
It's both
I'm just curious.
because that's both. And listen, and to point out, when you think of museums, like there's so many museums in the world that's not used just to look at dinosaur bones. Museums are used as social functions as well. So everything he's doing with his museum, that's how museums are used in this country for sure, but also globally. So museums are like sometimes used as like an auditorium. It's to bring socialization with the public to come in there, sip wine or whatever, listen to music. So it's more, museums are more than just looking at artifacts. So for example, schools today, right? Because I'm a tutor and I tutor elementary kids, and I'm around elementary kids, tutors also elementary kids. So in the library, right? When I was growing up, you got to be quiet. Shh, shh. Well, in today's time, they don't want the kids to be quiet. They want them to be. They're treating the library as like an audit, like a lunchroom. So as long as they're not disrespectful, loud, they can be louder than one. And that's what I know in like more fluent areas. Okay, I don't know about impoverished areas, but in more affluent areas, they encourage the kids to like socialize in the library. So if you came in to read a book, you got to leave. They're not kicking them out. They're going to make you leave. Oh, I can't read all this noise. Okay, ma'am, sir, get out. But they encourage the kids to. So what I'm saying is that we're in 2025, where the days before going to a museum and be bored, quiet, shh, those days are out. Like they want people to socialize and be themselves because these are controlled environments. They'd rather you do that here than the streets. So they're competing with the streets, by the way. Yeah, so his museum is fine, and he's doing in the museum what other people do in their museums, right? Now, let me go further. So you said, so now I tackled that. He's not an ex-pimp. He taught macking. He's married. And if he was, I could debunk that real easily because Malcolm X was literally an ex-pimp. And he gets a supreme pass. Nobody ever bring up Malcolm X history. He was pimping white women specifically. Okay, so he was into white women, but nobody. So Malcolm X, when he became great, nobody ever brought up his past in the black community. We gave him a pass. So it's like, all right, so let's not pick and choose. If we got a standard, let's stick with the standard. To me, I'm unbiased. I'm unbiased. If I have a standard,
Okay.
I apply it to everyone. I don't give nobody a break.
Okay, well, let me say this. Malcolm did spoke about his past, and when he got into the nation, he changed his life.
Right.
Well, his life was his life had changed when he got incarcerated. And then when he went through the process of learning about the Nation of Islam, right? That's when his life changed drastically. So he transformed his whole entire life, but Malcolm did bring up his past to the
Yeah.
congregation.
No,
He brought it to
no,
the
not
past.
him. I'm saying black people. Black people don't hold Malcolm past like they do Tariq Nasheed past. That's not fair because Tariq is
Well,
a
but
married.
see,
He's a married man with kids, so he's not pimping either. He's a changed man as well.
okay.
So they're
All right.
both changed men, but we
Okay.
cherry pick his past, but we don't cherry pick Malcolm X past. And I was saying, like with me, I live with a standard, and my mom can't even be exempt, right? That's why I'm unbiased. I have a standard, Ibizzle, and everybody must meet it. Okay, if you can't meet that standard, I don't give a damn who you is in my life. I will cut you off. Right? I don't care who you are, mom, grandmom, son, niece, cut off. Matter of fact, my two nieces right now are cut off. I don't talk to them at all. Okay, disrespect little girls. I'm good. Talk to me when you 50. All right. So anyway, so now I'm trying to remember everything you said. So you said you said you don't like Adolf, and you said they copied from Adolf. No, that's not called copying. Like for example, you got the Nation of Islam. Well, I could say they copied from Orthodox Islam. But see, what I'm saying is when people say something, we can apply that to other people and you guys won't like it. The Nation of Islam is a new version of Islam. Okay, they don't practice Orthodox Islam. They don't revere Prophet Muhammad. They revere, because I was a member, they revere Elijah Muhammad and Master Farad Muhammad. And now the most honorable Louis Farrakhan, that Minister Louis Farrakhan. But they don't, Prophet Muhammad is beneath in the Nation Islam doctrine. He's beneath Farad Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, and Louis Farrakhan. So Prophet Muhammad is fourth. But in Orthodox Islam, he's number one. So if Tariq Nasheed stole something and did his own thing, then the Nation Islam did it as well, and so did the Black Panthers. Because before the Black Panthers, we had the Deacons for Defense, which the most fierce revolutionary man ever in the United States, and probably in Black history, Robert F. Williams. Ain't no black revolutionary man ever accomplished what he accomplished. And he didn't get assassinated. He didn't go to jail. He lived he was the man. Okay. So my thing is, if we start doing that, we start saying, hey, you was part of this, but you left. So you stole it. Then let's keep going down that rabbit hole. Start pointing fingers at everybody. Nation Islam, different sects of the Moors, because they're not with the Moor Science Temple. They got their own thing going on. So the thing is, sis, that's life. The thing is, you're gonna join something, and guess what? You're not gonna like it because it don't agree with everything you agree with. So so the things you like, you're gonna adopt and leave, and then the things you don't like, you're gonna leave behind. That's called eating the meat. Okay, that's called eating the meat and spitting away the bone. Right. So Tariq Nasheed, but Adolf, I'll tell you what happened. So with Adolf, he was confused, like we are confused, FBAs. We're confused. Like, is Adolf just reparations, or is it an ethnic group identifier to replace African American? We're confused because Tonal, in my opinion, and Tariq's opinion, didn't make it very clear. So because of that confusion, Tariq said, okay, fine. The reparations thing, and by the way, Tariq was always reparations. So I'm gonna give you a history. Dr. Claude Anderson was before Adolf. Dr. Claude Anderson was before Tone, Haskel. Listen, he was before Tone and Yvette. And Claude Anderson was always on the reparations thing. I got a book from Dr. Ray Winbush, reparations. So these people were before Tone and Yvette. They were not the first people, and it was before Sandy. So you got Ray Winbush. He got a book called Reparations, and you got I own that book, and you have, and matter of fact, I know the Winbush family from Jersey, like me. I know his nephews and stuff. And then you have Dr. Claude Anderson with Panoramics. So guys, you might be early into this movement, but Dr. Claude Anderson, before the conscious community, he had a viral DVD that he preached in the church. The pastors invited him, called Panoramics, and Panoramics was an economic video showing how Black Americans, not no immigrants, how we need to get, not Black immigrants, Black Americans specifically, how we need to tighten our game up and start producing goods and services in this country before we get shut out. Okay, so he was on that economy stuff early, before Tone Talk ever existed. Now we know that Tariq Nasheed had Claude Anderson, Dr. Claude Anderson in his video, and his hidden colors, like part 2 or part 3. So Tariq Nasheed already had that idea of reparations and also a unique ethnic group identifier, because we realized African American ain't enough, because a Black immigrant second generation Black immigrant can write on his application put Black American, but he's also Jamaican. So that's not fair, because you're Black American you want to be, but then you can be Jamaican immigrant you want to be. So we said, listen, just like nobody can be Jamaican overnight, nobody can be Haitian overnight, nobody can be Guyanese overnight or Nigerian overnight. Well, now going forward, nobody can be Black American overnight. So we got Adolf, Friedman, but the term that went viral was FBA. Now, what people do is people look at Tariq Nasheed, and you might not like him. You might say, yo, he clown too much, he's not serious, he's goofy, and you might be right. I'm not defending him. Okay, he's not like a serious guy like Dr. Claude Anderson, like Tone. He's not. He's a comedian. like Haskel said, he is a comedian. He is a comedian. He is a comedian. I think Chief X said that, but he is a comedian. I look at him as a comedian, but he has a good idea. Just like Dave Chappelle's a comedian with good ideas, and you got other comedians that's like Paul Mooney, and you got what's the old guy that died? Everybody, who's the old hey, he just died recently. He was in a Breakfast Club. What's his name? He's an old civil rights activist. He just died. He was
You talking about Dick Gregory?
Yeah, there you go. Dick Gregory was a comedian. Thank you, Ebizzle. Thank you, Sadie. So estimation. So Dick Gregory was a comedian turned activist. Tariq Nasheed, ex-Mac, ex-comedian, still comedian turned activist. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. Dave Chappelle's a comedian and activist. There's nothing wrong with being an activist. Or look, you got LeBron James, NBA player / activist. Kendrick Lamar, rapper / activist. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a comedian and an activist. But some people are full-time activists, and that's okay too. Okay, so now the cult part. The cult part. Yes, there are some people that's FBA. Don't forget, when we say FBA, that's interchangeable Black Americans. That's not like a particular group, right? That's more of a modern way to call yourself African American. Because again, we don't believe Elon Musk, if he gets citizenship here, he's literally African American. So we're not playing that game. Every white South African, if they came over here, if they fled over here and got citizenship, they would be called African American. So we're protecting ourselves now from that possibility. So we're closing the door on other people claiming what we've been through and what we have accomplished in this country. We've accomplished a lot. And by the way, sis, I'm gonna go into the Immigration Acts from 1917, 24, and I'm gonna break down all of the Immigration Acts leading to the 1965 Immigration Act that allowed the Caribbean and the continental Africans to come over here. But those Immigration Acts are very, 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 very important and very interesting. So the cult, you're right. You got fanatics. You got fanatics who follow Tariq Nasheed, and they're just all in. That's all you see is him. Whatever you say, they do. Whatever you say don't do, they don't do. But also, you got guys like me, Ebizzle, in the chat. We're not cult members. We're not blind followers. We hear him. We agree some things we disagree. Like I don't like his political approach, and neither does Chief X. So when it comes to politics, I agree more with ADOS. Anyway, Ebizzle, go ahead.
No. I was just listening, bro. I was just listening. You know, you got a good show going on.
Thank you. Yeah. So I disagree on a lot of Tariq's conspiracy talks, his conspiracy angles. Like I'm not a conspiracy theorist, by the way, at all. So when he gets conspiracy a little bit, I'm off. Like for example, when he's talking to somebody that's claiming to be Black American FBA, sometimes when they disagree with him, he'll call them a Black immigrant. I don't like that. It's like, dude, it's okay just to disagree. He ain't got to be a Black immigrant. He's FBA.
But you
don't disagree.
You know what though? Sometimes you have to say, "Hey, I don't agree." You know, and a lot of times I see that with our brothers. They don't want to say they disagree. It's
Right.
nothing wrong with you saying,
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know it, and I disagree. There's nothing wrong with saying those two words, those two phrases. I don't know, and I disagree. There's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't be ashamed. Yeah. So some things he does with some callers, I disagree, like because he is a little harsh. But again, he's human. Malcolm X wasn't the easiest guy to be around with.
Yeah, you know what? Sakina, she just told me, she was like, "Hey man, you kind of need to tone it down a little bit." You know, I said, "Yeah, I know I'm a little bit rough around the edges." You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. But you got to take it, take it like it is, bro.
So once Tiffany gets back in here.
I'm here.
Okay, okay.
I'm here.
So Tiff.
I'm here.
Anyway,
I'm just
so I'm gonna be quiet. So it's on you now.
okay. So I just sit here and listen to you, and I'm gonna come with a respectable approach. All right. I'm gonna be very respectful on your platform. But what I keep hearing you doing is making comparison of Tariq Nasheed to Malcolm X. And that's a big no-no because those are two different people. Okay. Malcolm was really standing for something. Malcolm was really trying to do something. All right. And Malcolm really took the Nation Islam to heart. And then there was, some situation that went on with him and the nation. I'm quite sure you know. So he went his separate way and he decided to study the Sunni Islamic doctrine. And from there, he started the organization with Dr. John Henry Clark, right? That was focusing on African American and also African unity. Okay. With Tariq, he's not trying to focus on Black global unity or just Black global period. And I don't even see him really trying to put much focus on Black American people. You know what I mean? Because from what I've seen for myself, I done seen videos and I done heard a video. Like, for example, there was a woman that called into the show asking questions about the money regarding to the museum that you claim that he has. He came off at her in a very, very disrespectful manner. So I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Now, by the way, she's a woman from the South. Okay, she's a woman from the South, from Georgia. And by him coming off at her in a very derogatory and disrespectful manner, it made me wonder, well, damn, are you really about the representation of the people like you say you are? And I don't think there was any comedy in there. I just think it was somebody who just blatantly disrespectful. And the way he bragged about his wife, now he said his wife is a biracial woman. And I have no issue with biracial people, okay? Because we have some ancestors that was biracial. But then the way he talked, he said, his wife's mother was a white woman and daddy is a Black man. He even said that he would never date a woman whose mother is a Black woman and whose father is a white man. I was like, oh, well, damn. So that says a lot to me right there. That really says a lot. And okay, he may left the pimp game alone, Mac game alone, but he still carry on that mentality. And also, what's the difference between being a Mac and a pimp? I mean, I don't really see the difference in between that.
It's a big difference.
But go along with what you're saying. So I'm not going to dispute that. But I don't really see the difference. But I'm not going to dispute it.
I'll help you.
Also, I mean, and going back to what I was saying, yeah, it's a lot that we don't even know about our history. We're very ignorant. We're very ignorant when it comes to our history. We think we know, but we really don't know. It's so much more. And it seemed like with the foundational Black American, the way they teach keyword foundational, meaning founding, right? They teach that they founded this country, that they were indigenous to this land. Okay. What tribe do you belong to? How are you indigenous to this land? And if you're not of African descent, a lot of them would tell you up and down that, hey, I'm not African descent. I'm not a part of that. I don't associate with being that. Okay, but your DNA doesn't lie. I mean, you may not want to agree with that, but your DNA is not going to lie to you. So, if you don't associate with being African descent, then how can you call yourself being Black? How can't you call yourself Black when you don't associate with being African descendant? Because last time I checked, Black is associated with African descent, particularly those who came from Central West Africa, right? That's the last time I checked. The word Negro, which is the Spanish word negro, which means Black. Okay, and that was associated to who? The enslaved Africans. So maybe you might just want to change the term. Maybe you might not want to use the word Black if you don't identify with being African. Now, if you say I'm wrong on that, please show me where the foundational Black Americans don't say they don't identify with being African, because I could tell you this, watching them on social media, on Twitter especially, which is now known as X, they go back and forth and they'll tell you up and down, hey, we not African. We don't associate with that. That wooty wooty woo. We're not that. We're foundational Black American. We're indigenous to this land. We founded this land. And then they'll come hard on people who identify with being African descended, right? They come so hard and they come so disrespectful at these individuals, saying that you are a tither or whatever that term is, or why you want to be African descendant. Our people are not African descendant. Our people didn't come from Africa. Our people was here before Christopher Columbus, etc. So this is what the argument they're making. So with that being said, I'm going to digress and I'm going to give the mic back over to you, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay, so let's talk about that. So the difference between a Mac and a pimp. Okay, so when I was young, I'm 47, by the way. I know I sound like I'm, I mean, young stallion, but I'm 47. Now, I used to go to the mall with my friends when I was like mid-20s. We would go there, get dressed up, and we will mac on women. We would say, hey, what's your name? Are you single? Can I have your phone number? That's macking. That means it's consensual. That means if she likes me, she complies, right? She cooperates, is what they say. Okay, a pimp is somebody who brainwashes a vulnerable woman that's probably from a broken home or a drug addict, and they convince them to sell their body for sex, and they get money out of it, and they got to give the guy all the money because he's gonna convince her that she can't manage money. 1 second. Yeah, so that's a pimp. So pimping is illegal, macking isn't. So that's the difference. So that 1 second, let me just get his iPad right. Oh my God. Okay, go in the room. Okay. So pimping is illegal. It's like sex trafficking, all that type of stuff, because it involves sex. You having a woman sell her body for money and you're taking all the money. That's pimping. Macking is a guy trying to get women with his mouth game. Like he's trying to convince a woman why she should choose him and give him her number. So this happens everywhere in America. If a black man try to get a black woman number, and he's like trying to be like very wordy, the gab type of guy, that's called macking. That's all it is. So that's safe, that's legal, and it's a guy just trying to show that he has a way with words when it comes to getting a woman's number. Big difference. Okay.
Okay. Because
go ahead.
Okay. With you being so pretty much what you're describing, macking, you don't think the pimps do that? You don't think the pimps come off using what you just described about macking?
Second.
You don't think the pimps do that?
All right, 1 second. Oh my God, this guy right here. Hey, E-Bizzle, answer that. I gotta cut this food up. E-Bizzle, you there?
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Can you answer her question?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most pimps today, like Pimping, and you see like Don Juan, they've been doing this stuff for years. So they've been dealing with women all over the west side of Chicago, south side of Chicago, Milwaukee. So, what are you asking? I mean, what you trying to ask?
Okay,
Wait, I got it, Tiff. I heard it the first time. Okay.
No, because I didn't finish up because I had to put myself on mute real quick. Somebody was talking to me.
All right, so let me ask you a question. So now, pimps do talk to women, okay? But so does every straight man, so does every heterosexual man in America talk to women. Matter of fact, every man in the world talk to women. They're not pimps. Okay, so part of the action.
That's not an argument, sir. That's not an argument.
Okay.
That's not what I'm not making the argument. I'm not saying that no man talks to a woman, but I'm saying what
that's
you're
all
just
macking
describing.
Is.
Okay, but what you just described, I'm asking you, do the pimps not use those same concepts as the Mac? Yes or no? That's all I'm asking.
Okay, a pimp does, and every man in the world does.
Now, I'm just asking about the pimp. I ain't asking about every man. I
Okay,
said the
right,
pimp.
right. But I'm saying, but that's how, okay, in order for a man to meet a woman and get her number, he's going to say words that he thinks that's going to compel her or draw her to him. That's what men do. That's what real men do. Like, we're going to say words to make you draw yourself to us. So pimps do it, yes. And regular men who are
Okay,
not
that's all
pimps
I
do it.
wanted to know.
Right, I got it.
Okay,
And
okay,
so
all right.
does, okay, watch this. If you go to an apartment complex, Ibizzle chat, it says no soliciting, right? You can't solicit. Solicit is illegal, like pimping. So now I can say, hey, but don't everybody walk around here? Obviously, yes, people live there. They're gonna walk around. Oh, so that's soliciting. Because a solicitor also walks around. So man, that doesn't work. You have to do the full action to be a pimp, and you got to do the full action to be a solicitor. So part of being a solicitor is walking. Part of being a pimp is talking. So you can't take a portion of it and say, hey, you're a pimp, hey, you're a solicitor. No, soliciting is illegal, not walking. Pimping is illegal, not talking to women. So again, pimping means a woman is selling her body for sex for a man. A man brainwashed her to sell her body for sex. Pimping is deals with sex or some type of sexual content, nudity, something like that. Not going to the mall and getting a woman's number. No, it's not the same. Now, the comparison between Malcolm X and Tariq Nasheed, I hate to break it to you, you can't compare the two. Malcolm X was great at he was a great orator, and so was Tariq Nasheed. Malcolm X he had the look, so does Tariq Nasheed. Malcolm X was great with galvanizing people, so is Tariq Nasheed. Okay, the difference is Malcolm was more politically aware than Tariq Nasheed. That's the difference. Like, he was more, and which we will agree. Like, Tariq Nasheed, he's not the best politician. He's not even close. Malcolm X was more of a politician than, so that separates. So he was more serious. That's why I agree. Tariq Nasheed, he clowns around. He jokes. Malcolm X does not. Malcolm X was about his business. He was on code 100%, and he was about accomplishing something serious. Like, he wanted to be taken serious. Tariq Nasheed jokes, and that's okay because there's different. We're all different. Some people passive, some people assertive, some people shy. Don't make you less or more, but just human beings. We got just different traits. So yes, so you can compare them to, but not all the way, because there is a separation at some point where Malcolm X, takes it to another level. But there is a some similarity. Okay, and plus Malcolm X was part of an organization, and sis, you said FBA was an organization. It's not an organization. FBA is a ethnic group identifier. We don't want to be called Negro, Black by itself, African American, Black American by itself, or colored. Foundation means that we were here since the beginning of America. We found it. So now, let me correct you. Foundation means we founded America. America was not America when we got here. It was wilderness. We literally built the country. We cut the forest down, all that stuff. We did that. We did that. That's documented. I got the books. I got parchment farming. I got peonage, and I got slavery by another name. They all cover that hardcore building America. That's irrefutable, undisputable.
Well,
Okay,
let me
brother,
ask you
I don't
this.
mean to cut you off, but I gotta get ready to get
Let
off
me
of
ask you
here.
this. Let me ask the
I'm
sister
about to
this.
get ready to get off of here because I gotta yeah, I'm at work right now,
Okay,
but
I
I gotta get
appreciate
off because I'm about to clock out. So I'll just try to catch up with y'all later or something.
it. Friday. How about Friday? Same time.
Okay, then Friday, what time?
You can
Around
say,
this time?
yeah, about
Around
8
this
o'clock,
same time?
8 o'clock, 8:30. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that'll be fine. All right. All right, then. Talk to
All
you
right.
soon.
I
Thank
appreciate
you
you,
for having
sis.
me on.
Yes.
All right,
All
then.
right.
Peace.
Go ahead, Bizzle.
Man, I wanted to ask her. So how does she think? You know, when we was getting our backs beat in and the German shepherds was on our back. Man, damn! I wanted to ask her that.
Okay, so I want to talk about her. I want to address her in here, indigenous, because she brought up indigenous, Native Americans. Now, you guys who hate Abo so much, okay, I got news for you. This is documented history. Native Americans were thrown in the bunch with African Americans, and they were listed as Negroes. How many? I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is that somewhere, some Native Americans were thrown in the bunch with African Americans, and they were considered Negro. Now y'all can fight with history, but y'all can just accept that. Now, to what number, to what degree, different argument. But here's the fact. Native Americans were thrown in with African Americans, and they were called, Negro, African American, whatever you want to call them. But they were seen as no different than us. And as a result of that, of course, they married us, they had kids, and they have a lineage. There's kids in this country who come from that lineage. Okay, you got to deal with that. Native Americans were thrown in with African Americans. They were called Negroes. Now, to what number, to what degree, that's a separate argument. But you got to admit that. You got to admit that. That's the reality. Okay, so sis did say she had limited time. She had to go to work, nowhere. But I wanted just to let her know, hey, we're not Tariq. We're not Tariqites. We're not cult members like Chief X think we are. Like Chief X was just locked. Like his brain was just locked. Just like Brother Reggie brain is just locked. But they're older men. I get it. That's why I'm an older man. But you see, I sound like I'm, but 27, 30. Like, and I got that spirit like that. And I look like that in real life. Because I'm not stuck in back in the day. I adapt with modern time. And that's why I can relate to the youth. I'm still hip hop, by the way. Chief X and Reggie not hip hop today. They're not. When you look at how they dress, that ain't hip hop today. That's hip. That ain't hip hop ever. They look like bishops and deacons and shit. So hip hop is hip hop. If you're hip hop today, that means you're dressing like hip hop today. Okay, so I dress like hip hop today, not 1980. I kept up. So I'm modern hip hop. They're not. Nothing about Reggie apparel is hip hop or Chief X. Nothing about it. Everything about me is hip hop today. My language, my dress code, and my ability to still interact with the youth successfully. They see me as hip hop. The way Chief X dress and look, and the way Brother Red dress and look, they're not hip hop today. That ain't hip hop never, but you get what I'm saying.
Chief X, man, let me tell you something, man. Chief X, he on some hated it.
Now, Chief X got a huge issue with Tariq Nasheed, so he's blinded by that. And Brother Reggie also. But again, they're older men, so I expect that. I don't blame them. Like older men typically be locked in their ways, right? That's why you have the bucket list movie, right? The Grumpy Old Men, right? There's a movie called Grumpy Old Men because as men get older, they get grumpy.
Yeah, I know this last night. You was trying to slow him down. He kept talking about Tariq.
He can't make a case against FBA without mentioning Tariq Nasheed. And True Savior already pointed that out in the debate. He pointed that out so fast. Like, dude, debate me, not Tariq. And Chief X couldn't do it. Brother Reggie can't make a case against FBA without bringing up reparations. They can't do it, and that's why they don't go anywhere with it. The argument is flawed. And by the way, brother Reggie, when he left my channel yesterday, he ended up on all media viral whatever access. Cool, brother. And guess what? He ran into the mighty Hebrew, right?
You know what? You know what? He about to get exposed just like Lord Jamar.
Who's that?
Reggie.
Yo, the mighty Hebrew killed him. And yo, tomorrow when I go live, I'm gonna show clips of brother Reggie was a student because you know he act like he's hip hop. He got his. I'm from the Bronx. He was mighty Hebrew's son last night, bro. He was his son. He didn't want to talk hip hop. He kept going back to FBA. He didn't want to talk hip hop. He was mighty Hebrew. No, yeah, this dude is official with the hip hop history, bro. This dude is official. Brother Reggie conceded. He's like, nah, you got it.
Yeah.
Keep talking. You got it. You got it. Keep talking. He didn't want to contribute. You got it.
And you know what most of the time, brother, just let people keep talking. Just let them keep talking.
Peter Badgers. He said he's gonna have chief. Okay, so now I'm gonna share my screen. All right. So look, I'm gonna take back something that I said yesterday because I try to source up. So Marcus Garvey never said. Okay, so Wikipedia says it, but I try to follow other resources. Other resources don't agree. So other resources say that Marcus Garvey never praised Jim Crow. All right. So you see, I'm unbiased. Haskel can't do that, and neither could Stu Pease or Hassan or anybody from the Caribbean. They can't admit something. Like Haskell won't admit Garvey was a fucking scammer with the stocks. He'll never admit that. You see how it's easy for me to come back before the people and say, hey, okay, when I read, because it wasn't my phrase.
I know.
Okay, so when I read. I
was just telling Ariana about
wait,
this.
hold on. When I read Marcus Garvey praise the Klan for Jim Crow, I can't find other corroborating sources. But okay, so omit that. I'm gonna share my screen. Haskell and everybody who's a Pan-Africanist, you still got to deal with this though. We got a separate source. Okay, this is PBC, as you can see. Okay, it's PBC. The Garvey Must Go campaign. Okay, so we're gonna read this. Matter of fact, I ain't reading this shit. I'm gonna do this right here. I ain't reading this. We got the internet. You dig?
When Marcus Garvey first arrived in the United States in 1916, he quickly found his way to many of New York's most prominent Black radical activists and intellectuals. And at least briefly, Garvey enjoyed their support.
Okay, so briefly, he enjoyed the support. Watch this right here. Haskell, pay attention, my boy. You're going to learn something.
But by 1920, Philip Randolph and other Black leaders, some of whom had supported Garvey after his arrival in the United States, came to believe that Garvey's program for Black advancement was unsound and that Garvey himself was a charlatan. Though they admired his skills as a propagandist, these prominent Black critics derided Garvey's proposed solutions for the problems of African Americans. They believed that his plans for Black progress, including the Black Star Line and the establishment of a Pan-African empire, were unrealistic and ill-advised. They considered the Universal Negro Improvement Association's grandiose titles and military regalia to be preposterous, and they thought Garvey, with his assumption of a regal posture under the title Provisional President of Africa, to be little more than a self-aggrandizing buffoon. Philip Randolph, who had introduced Garvey to his first American audience on a Harlem street corner, said Garvey had succeeded in making the Negro the laughingstock of the world.
Haskell, you got that? Okay, this is PBS, credible source. Okay, let's go on. Okay, so Black leaders, Black serious leaders, consider him a buffoon, and he had when they say unrealistic ideas, That's called blackology or pseudo. Okay, they said, look at this fool with this Starline bullshit. Watch this right here. Let's keep going. Since you claim you don't know it, you're gonna know it tonight.
Federal investigations into the finances of the Black Star Line, along with a blistering analysis of the shipping line by W.E.B. Du Bois in the NAACP's Crisis magazine, gave fuel to Garvey's black critics. Randolph personally critiqued the economic feasibility of the Black Star Line in The Messenger, an influential magazine he co-edited with Chandler Owen, and accused Garvey of squandering the hard-earned money of his hardworking, poor supporters.
In other words, Haskel, FBAs wasn't fucking with him. Educated FBAs wasn't fucking with Garvey. They seen right through this clown. Okay? Is this your king? Are you not entertained? Is this your king? Is this your king right here? Black leaders, black intellectuals wasn't fucking with him. They were not impressed that he was able to beguile the goddamn ignorant, gullible blacks of society. They were not amazed by that. Okay, go amaze the intellectuals, my boy. Listen.
Black opposition to Garvey coalesced into what came to be known as the Garvey Must Go campaign. Supporters of the campaign, known collectively as the Friends of Negro Freedom, intended to unmask Garvey as a fraud before his black supporters. They also appealed to the federal government to step up investigations of irregularities in the Black Star Line and to look into alleged acts of violence on the part of Garvey's inner circle.
They wanted his ass deported. Okay?
Yeah, you know what? You know what, bro?
Go.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah. You brought that to my attention, right? And I was talking to my younger homie last night because he been in the bushes because he got to work on that second shift. I said, man, don't get fired off that job. You know what I'm saying? I said, just listen in, quiet. But I said, damn, I ain't know Garvey was that bogus, bro.
Oh yeah, exactly. But now listen, what they would do is they'll give look, hold on. This is important. They'll give Garvey a pass who's a legit look, they say he's a fraud. Black leaders call this nigga a fraud. Not unbiased sports, not the government. Black leaders, W. Du Bois at that time said, yo, this dude's a fraud. Fraud is also a scammer, by the way. If you defraud somebody, you're scamming them. Okay, watch this right here.
The Garvey Must Go campaign gained momentum after Garvey held a secret meeting with Edward Young Clark, the leader of the Ku Klux Klan, in June 1922. Immediately afterward, Randolph and Owen's Messenger magazine published an article entitled Marcus Garvey. The black imperial wizard becomes messenger boy of the white Ku Klux Klan. Black leaders were further infuriated when they learned that Garvey, at a speaking engagement in New Orleans, remarked that because black people had not built the railroad system, they should not insist on riding in the same cars with white patrons.
Okay, so you see? So it doesn't matter okay, it might matter. But let's say he didn't praise the KKK for Jim Crow. Haskel. The fact that he even met with them. Okay, wait.
You know what?
Wait. I gotta land this plane because Haskel's not African American. He don't know our history with the Klan. You don't, my boy. Meeting with the Klan was a no in black society. Ain't nobody meet with the Klan in black society, my boy. So when Garvey did that, that's when black people said, yo, Garvey must go. The campaign was like, yo, he must go. You don't meet with the Klan, my boy. So you clearly not FBA. Because you would know that this is the #1 op to black people, the Klan. And you're meeting with them? I don't give a fuck what you selling, nigga. You don't meet with the Klan. Okay? Because of the history what the Klan did to FBAs. You don't meet with them. So when he met with them thinking, I don't know what the fuck was in. Why would you meet Bizzle? Why would you meet with the degenerates of white society? Why not meet with the most wait, no. I'm cooking. Why not meet with the intellectuals? Why would you meet with the fucking rejects of white society? The Klan, even today, they're known as the rejects of white society. They're so much of a reject, they got to put on hoods because they're ashamed of the behavior. You put on hoods because you don't want to be judged by your white peers for the bullshit you just did. So they put on hoods. They're ashamed of their actions. They're not mask off, some old future type shit. Fuck it, mask off, mask off. They got the hoods off, hoods off. They got the hoods on. They're ashamed of their actions. You dig? So anyway, you meet with the Klan, you're outed in black society. That's today. You can't hang with white supremacists today. You're done. You're a coon. You busy. Go ahead and cook for a second.
No, I had never knew that, bro. I never knew he had meet with the Klan. Man, he a coon ass nigga, straight like that. Bogus, bro. Bogus. Can anybody hear me? Hello? No, yeah.
All right. All right. So we're back. We're back. Okay. So we're back. So
Yeah, I was just saying, man, dude, I never knew that history about that.
all right, I'm gonna play some.
Dude, bogus as hell.
Here we go. Listen.
The Messenger vowed to begin a vigorous editorial campaign against Garvey and promised to fire the opening gun in a campaign to drive Garvey and Garveyism in all its sinister viciousness from the American soil. The campaign from this point on was characterized by vitriolic personal attacks on both sides and by escalating threats of violence. Garvey must go. Meetings were violently dispersed by Garvey's followers. Philip Randolph received the severed hand of a white man in the mail. It was accompanied by a note signed by the KKK, but Randolph believed the hand had been sent by the UNIA.
Okay, so you got it. So UNIA was sending notes, but acting like it was the KKK, threatening prominent black leaders who wanted Garvey as deported. Okay, and now watch this. Watch this. So FBAs were not fucking, prominent FBAs were not fucking with Garvey. It was the gullible, poor, downtrodden, broken home, insecure ass niggas fucking with him. So that's why I don't respect Elijah Muhammad or anybody who go after the have-nots. No, who does that? Countries want the best in their organization. They want the best minds. America, Russia, North Korea, all these countries want the best minds. They ain't trying to educate the fucking have-nots. Okay, here we go. So Garvey want the have-nots because the have-nots don't know any better. Why not go after the intellectuals of the time? He knew, like, hell, what you want to do back to Africa? Man, get the fuck out of here.
You know what Putin do right now?
On January 15th, 1923, a group of 8 prominent African Americans petitioned Attorney General Harry M. Daugherty asking the U.S. government to continue its prosecution of Garvey on charges of mail fraud and to investigate acts of violence attributed to Garvey's followers. Among them, the assassination in early January 1923 in New Orleans of J. W. H. Eason. Garvey's former deputy, who had been expelled from the movement at the August 1922 convention on charges of personal misconduct. The letter of petition ended by urging the Attorney General to use his full influence completely to disband and extirpate this vicious movement, and imploring him to vigorously and speedily push the government's case against Marcus Garvey for using the mails to defraud.
AKA, nigga, we snitching. We snitching, motherfucker. We snitching. I told you, snitching is great. You got signs called Neighborhood Watch. We're snitching. It's good. If you are a taxpaying American citizen, snitching is good. It's only bad if you're a fucking criminal. If you're a criminal, snitching is bad. If you're non-criminal, snitching is good. Why would you want criminals in your neighborhood? You get them the fuck out. Okay? So these prominent black leaders, they snitched on Garvey, which is a great thing when you're a non-criminal. Get him the, and look, they wanted him, that nigga, from no fraud because with the stocks, Haskel. Okay? So next time you come on, we're gonna see if you're gonna be honest now. All right? Because I know how y'all do. The niggas from the island, they don't want to be honest when it comes to their own people. I get it. Y'all on code. I get it. So we're on code. So I'm on code. This is why I don't want beef. So I'm like, fuck it. That's how y'all doing it, which I own. Well, that's how I'm doing with FBA. Right? FBA can't do no wrong. I don't give a fuck how brutal and violent they are. They're good with me. Same energy. Garvey ain't a scammer? Okay, cool. So FBAs, we're good. I don't give a fuck what y'all do. Y'all good. Y'all innocent. Same energy over here. All right, watch this. Same energy over here. Yeah, y'all good no matter what. FBA is good no matter what. You would not divide me. Nigga, Loletta, whatever. She thinks she's Native American, then guess what? For me, she is. You dig? Same energy.
Garvey would eventually be convicted of mail fraud charges in 1923. He was jailed in the Atlanta Federal Penitentiary in February 1925, where he would serve almost 3 years of a 5-year sentence. And in 1927, Garvey would be deported from the United States, never to return.
Get him the fuck out of here. Okay? Now, you guys talk about Tariq Nasheed. When your leader is a convicted felon for fraud, he's a convicted felon for fraud. You don't have that about Tariq Nasheed, and you're mad. Your hero, your leader from Jamaica is a fraud. He's a piece of shit fraud scammer. Credible source, PBS, it don't matter where you go, my boy. It don't matter where you go. It's going to say the same shit about him. He's a fraud. He's a scammer. He committed mail fraud because he was selling stocks as part of no exchange. What exchange market was he selling his stocks on? It wasn't FCC regulated. Who was his broker? Like, what's going on here? How you buy stocks? How you buy stocks without a broker? Hey, yo, Ibizzle, the watcher. Yo, they're buying stocks without a broker. How's that possible? Those niggas buying stocks without a broker, yo. Garvey was a fucking scammer, yo. I know it hurts. Guess what? There's some FBAs that did some crazy shit and it hurts, but I don't give a fuck.
This nigga out there like Bobby Bowden and shit.
Oh, yeah. Like who?
Like Bobby Bowden. FSU.
Okay, now look, I'm gonna dismiss that. A straight goddamn scammer. Okay, now listen.
Yeah, hell yeah, he was a scammer.
All right, watch this. Now let's go to what FBA is. Okay, so now we have race. Okay, so I want to.
That's why you know what? Hold on. Let me say it. That's why they hate Deion Sanders. He been saying this shit. These people been rotten for years, man.
All right, so listen. So now we proved that he's a scammer. So let's see if Peter Bagjuice admits that he's a scammer. If not, okay, if you can't admit that, my boy, now I don't fuck with liars and thieves and lowlives. I just don't. I don't give a fuck who you are in my life. When you stoop that low, I delineate. I'm good. I draw the line. Do you? I do me. So Haskel, if you can't admit this nigga is a scammer, my boy, then you gotta find some shit for me where this is all wrong. History is lying. The Bilderbergers painted this picture. So you gotta show me where this nigga ain't a scammer. And right? But I ain't gonna stop getting on this nigga. Okay, so the difference between race and ethnicity. Today, race refers to a group sharing some outward physical characteristics and some commonalities of culture and history, okay? But I want to focus on outward physical characteristics. So we say we're black, foundational black, because we share outward physical characteristics as those in the Caribbean, the Spanish island of Haiti, and the continent of Africa. So we are race, the same race. We're African or black. Okay? Watch this. Ethnicity, this is what we don't share with y'all. Ethnicity refers to markers acquired from the group with which one shares cultural, traditional, familial bonds. So you see, we're not the same ethnicity, Haskel, with the Caribbean, the island of Haiti, the Spanish island of Haiti, or the continent. But we have the same race. We got the same outward physical characteristics. But so we're the same race, but we're a different ethnicity. We don't have shit in common as far as cultural, traditional, and familial bonds. And that's what makes us America. We've got more of that in common with white Americans than the Caribbean, the Spanish island of Haiti, and the continent of Africa. You get it? Okay, so let's move forward. Ethnicity, the quality or fact of belonging to a population group or subgroup made up of people who share common descent and cultural background. So we're not the same ethnically. So when I keep saying FBA is an ethnical, brother, keep you listening? When I say FBA is an ethnical group identifier, we're identifying with people who share this shit right here. Okay, so we, even when it comes to this, we share things white folks don't share. White folks not hip hop. White folks don't sag with a hat, fitted low. Nah, this is what we do. Tim's, if they do it, they got it from us. So we're not ethnically the same. We're racially the same. That's why you're black, I'm black, you're African, I'm African. But ethnically, we're different. Ethnically, you're Jamaican. Ethnically, he's Haitian. Ethnically, he's Panamanian. Ethnically, he's Nigerian, Somalian. But race-wise, we're all black, we're all African. Okay, so I got to slow walk y'all. Okay, so nationality, the status of belonging to a particular nation. Okay, we ain't the same nation. Because our nation is America. Yours is Jamaica. His is Nigeria, Somalia, Egypt, where the fuck he at? His nation is different. So I gotta break it down as simple as this. So when we say FBA, bro, it's not the name of the race. The race is still black. Okay? Ethnicity, we don't agree with African American. We don't agree with Afro-American, because we ain't got afros like that. We don't agree with Negro, color, or slaves. So for us, we like the term foundational Black American, just like Ethiopians, when they wanted to have their own ethnic group, they called themselves Eritrean. Okay? Eritrean. So now, Chief X, Haskel's quiet because they have their agenda, Ibizzle. Like, niggas not honest like me in the chat.
Man, that nigga on that and Living Colors hated it.
Okay, yeah, I guess it is earth shattering to you, Haskell, because y'all act like y'all couldn't understand it. We're different. You're Jamaican, we're not. We're FBA, you're not. You're Jamaican, but we're both Black, we're both African. So you found that difficult to receive last night. Okay? We're going to call ourselves something. We're FBA. And that's none of Jamaicans' business. That's none of Africa's business, Haitians' business, or what we want to call ourselves. You sit back and you just get your popcorn and let Black Americans figure that shit out amongst ourselves. But for you to add an opinion there undermines us, and it gives you the label tether. And once you're named the tether, we don't fuck with you. Like Ibizzle, when we call somebody racist, if they're Asian, Hispanic, white, you dig, Indian, when we call you a racist, we don't fuck with you. Okay? It's just that simple. And when I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. Because I'm on code all the way. I can live my life going forward, not talking to another Jamaican, another Caribbean, an African person in my life. And I won't lose 1 minute of sleep. Tomorrow, going forward, I can never talk to a Jamaican for anything. Caribbean, African, or Haitian, and I won't lose 1 minute of sleep. Okay, but you guys couldn't do that in America. You couldn't do that. We're 43 million deep over here. You need us. And go ahead, look at academics. Look at that fucking tether. His success is mainly from African Americans supporting him. Now imagine if African Americans was aware of what we doing. This what we doing, this energy, this momentum. That nigga be fucking back on the streets. You dig? And he can't afford to be unsuccessful. Because there's a lot of FBAs who want to put hands and feet on him. You dig? So for that Chirac shit. So he better be rich. But all of his riches comes from the leverage that he has with FBA supporters. And guess what? I be in those chats. And you know what I did? I named one of my channels King Academics, by the way. Yes, I did. I named one of my channels King Academics. So when I go live and repost shit like this, I want to be in his, mentions where when you type academics, I want you to see shit like this. Yes, I did. I named one of my channels King Academics. I'm gonna repost shit like this. So you type his name in, you're gonna see my shit. Okay? So that's your reality in this country. We don't need you at all. Zero. I don't got to talk to another Jamaican in my life. And I'm cool. Because there's 43 million FBAs. You dig? Matter of fact, I got Guyanese friends. I don't even have any Jamaican friends, to be honest. And I'm from the tri-state where nothing but Jamaicans are. They're there. They're in Florida. And I'm cool with some, but I don't have no Jamaican friends. I got Guyanese friends, but that's it. I don't have no other Caribbean friend I could call that I have a phone number to. I got Guyanese friends only. So I don't need to talk. I don't go to no Jamaican lives, not one. I don't go to no African lives, not one. But you guys are in our lives. So let's not cap. You're 1 million deep in America. Stop. You're a peon to us. Okay, so we're not equal at all. You guys want to act like we're equal. We're not equal. We're not equal. All right, that's a hard reality you got to swallow, but we're not equal. You guys are the fucking overwhelmingly majority. I mean, I'm sorry, minority. You guys are the minority. Okay, so these videos was for sis, but since she hopped off, I cut her some slack. I won't play with videos. Yeah, you guys are. I want FBA to know that they are the small minority when it comes to Black people in America. You guys be cowarding down, selling out your lineage for a motherfucking group that's irrelevant. And when you said moving the needle, your Haskel, pull up Saturday, bro. I'm gonna have ex-architect for you because he fucked up Stu Pease. I only seen that live before, but he killed Stu Pease in the live. I want you to pull up Saturday, bro. Pull up Saturday, and it's gonna be moderated by me. Where you ain't talking over, he ain't talking over you. It's gonna be moderated. Pull up. He fucks Stu Pease up because he heard some of your shit, and he's dying to to lock horns with you, my boy. So you pull up Saturday, bro. You pull up Saturday around this time, and come to the same talking point. I'm trying to remember. What did you say? I lost train of thought. You said something that he pointed out, but he fucked Stu Pease up. It was embarrassing. Stu Pease, Nigerians, just wrong like a motherfucker. X ate him up because he don't know Black history, and neither do you. And it's okay because I don't know Jamaican history like that. I know a little bit. I've been studying lately, so I know some things. I definitely know some things. Okay, so I definitely been studying Jamaican history, and I know more than the average FBA. I know that. I know some shit y'all not proud of. So yeah, so you pull up Saturday, my boy. Now, to be honest, bro, there's a Jamaican store next to my job. So I was going there for oxtails because I never had oxtail before. I never ate beef before until like 2 years ago. So for the first time ever in my life, I started eating oxtails. But they're so expensive, I went back to jerk chicken. But let me say this, man. Don't toot your horn because I love Mexican food better. Chipotle not even Mexican, but I love Chipotle, my boy. That's my shit. Because I'm not a hot, season. I don't like hot shit like that. Like even hot pizza. I don't like hot pizza. I wait that shit cool down before I eat it. I don't be eating that shit like I don't like that. Cheese be all burning your ass. I don't like hot shit. I'm not that guy for hot shit. I don't use no hot sauce, never ever. Never ever do I use hot sauce. I'm not a hot boy. All right. So, all right, but listen, bro. I have a new rule, by the way, on these lives. So I'm gonna only be very transparent. I got the 30-second rule. You can talk, 30 seconds, stop. Stop. 30 seconds, stop. We're not doing the Brother Reg anymore. We're not just coming here talking and fucking giving lectures. I'll drop the link. There's a 30-second rule. And if you can't do that, then don't even pull up. Let's talk Garvey. But nah, we ain't gonna, it ain't your narrative though. It's my narrative. We're gonna talk about these stocks. Okay? So let me drop this link, but we're gonna talk stocks. Because we ain't gonna you're not gonna talk about Garvey and not admit this nigga was a fucking scammer. All right? We definitely ain't doing that. You ain't controlling shit over here. We're gonna talk about this nigga scamming. And then once you admit that,
man, I never knew that, bro. Man, that's crazy.
Once you admit that, we can talk about what you want to talk about. But unless you admit that, we ain't talking about nothing else about Garvey. And yeah, he was a scammer, bro. He came over to scam. We're gonna talk about this nigga. All right, so hold on. Put the link in the chat. Yeah, if we ain't talking about the stocks, bro, we ain't talking about nothing. So stocks is first. Here's the link, and we can talk about Garvey. Because he bizzle. The fact that he's scamming FBAs, fuck him. You dig? I nigga no good. And they got nerds to talk about Tariq Nasheed. He ain't scamming no fucking body. Chief X came on here. He a scammer. He just saying shit, bro. He's an ex-pimp. Chief X.
Yeah.
Do you really want to source up, my boy? Stop. I'm trying to save Chief X. Like Chief X, you're saying shit you can't prove, my boy. Scamming? You know what scamming is? That shit illegal, bro. So prove he set up an illegal transaction and prove he was an ex-pimp. Like Chief X, like, you just emotional, bro. All right. So we're gonna talk about stocks first. You here, Haskel? You here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. What stock exchange was Garvey stocks on?
I don't know.
Okay. Was his stocks registered or licensed?
Was his stocks registered or licensed?
Your stocks have to be registered or licensed before you can trade or sell. So what were they licensed or registered?
Yeah, I don't know what you refer. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, that's stock, no price. That's stock talk, no problem. Now, was he a broker?
I don't think so.
Now, how the fuck was he selling stocks then? How can you sell stocks without a broker?
Was that what he was convicted of?
His mail fraud.
Okay. So I mean, I don't know if because you said you wanted to go with your narrative. I came on to offer up some exonerating or
Okay,
some things that, so I don't know
okay,
if
no
you,
problem. But I wanted first, like I said, because last night we talked about some things. You said you're researchers, right? But you come back, you didn't research.
Mhm.
So I want to establish something to the audience and to you. Okay, in order to buy stocks, my boy, you need to buy from a broker. You cannot buy stocks without a broker, and a broker got to be licensed.
Did he buy stocks though? Is that what he did? Because from
He sold stocks. Only brokers can sell stocks.
let me see something.
Yeah, go ahead and do it, bro. Yeah, I'm a trader, and you have to get a broker to buy stocks and to short sell. You need a broker. So go ahead and research that shit real fast. Go ahead and wing it. Go ahead and wing it. Go ahead.
No, no, no. I was trying to, because the
Yeah.
thing is,
I got TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade is my broker. I can't buy stocks without TD. You need to have a broker to buy and sell stocks. You cannot do that without a broker. Okay. So my broker is TD Ameritrade. Other folks' brokers are something else, but mine is TD Ameritrade.
all right. So I don't know. Do you want to present? Because I wanted to present some potentially exonerating evidence in Garvey's favor. Do you want to go with something first, or?
You can go, but are you acknowledging he wasn't a broker?
Yeah, I don't know about any of that. Because
Okay.
like I said, like you said, you probably know more about the stock thing. So I don't know if you need a broker. I don't know. You get
You
what I'm
know,
saying?
we could
So
Google
maybe,
we can Google that right now. Like,
okay.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
let's do it. Let's learn together. I ain't
I already know. I ain't learning. I already know what you got to do. So I'm definitely not learning right now.
all right. Let me do this real quick. I'm on a 30-second rule. I want to do the readership. So if I could, I'm a share right quick and I'm gonna make it quick. I'm gonna just read one paragraph and then you could go to Google.
That's on you. Go ahead.
All right.
Because to be a broker, you got to be licensed, right? And look, and to license your shit, you got to go to school for that. You can't just come from a Jamaica and just be a broker. You got to have like some background.
All right. You can see
Not
you
at
see my
all.
screen?
But just read it. Yeah, that's so tiny, but go ahead and read it. And Trust me.
Yeah, because I'm sharing on the phone.
Now just read it. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna put the link too for where I got it from.
That's fair. Put it in the chat.
All right. So it says in February 1922, Garvey and 3 other BSL officers, BSL of course is Black Starliner,
Okay.
faced 2 indictments that together contained 13 counts. The government eventually won a conviction against only Garvey based on only one of the 13 counts against him. This count alleged that Garvey committed mail fraud by causing to be mailed a letter to Benny Dancy on December 20th, 1920, at which time he encouraged Dancy to buy stock in the BSL, in spite of the fact that the BSL at the time had no ships, was near ruin, and would never obtain any more ships or return to solvency. To find a violation of the mail fraud statute, the government would have to prove the existence of a scheme to defraud and the use of the U.S. mail to effectuate or attempt to effectuate the scheme. I'm almost done. Promise I know this ain't good radio, so I'm almost done. On appeal, Garvey's lawyers would argue that the trial court had not established the second element, Garvey's use of the U.S. mail to effectuate the scheme. However, choosing to make this argument was a grave mistake. The BSL did send its advertisements through the mail. However, the question to be argued was whether the BSL was a fraudulent scheme devised simply to defraud the public. And I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to put the link. I don't want to keep reading. I'm going to make the case, but I want us to have an exchange. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I stop right there. So I'm going to put the link in the chat, and then you can show me the stuff about the needing to be a broker or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so let me stop my share. So this is a lawyer, and I don't know if you noticed or not. Actually, the petition is up right now for the sentence to be not pardoned, but removed, like completely wiped out. You feel me? They petitioning Biden or whatever. Yeah, but go ahead though, unbiased. Go ahead and share the stuff about like the broker stuff.
Okay. First of all, somebody sent me, you know what I mean? Like the chat smart. So the chat sent me some actual stocks, some fraudulent stocks from Garvey. Some actual stocks at that time, certificates. So I'm going to show that. Yeah. So the way the government works in America, like I said, if you're not from America, you probably won't know. But what they do is they can have a bunch of counts, but they will go with the one that's going to give you the most years. So they would dismiss stuff, not that you're innocent, but they feel like it's a couple months of probation or a fine. So they would go, they're trying to go with something that's like worthy of deportation because we had immigration restrictive laws at that time. 1917, 1910, 1924. And if you committed fraud or crime within 5 years of your arrival, you qualified for deportation. Okay. So they were trying to deport them. So they were trying to find a crime worthy of deportation that was going on. Okay. So what I did was, because I'm American, I went back and read, yeah, I'm American. So I went back and read the immigration acts, the laws from
Oh my God.
the 1800s to the 1965. Okay, so I'm very well versed on immigration laws in America. You know, all right. So yeah, so they were trying to find an account where he has to be deported, because the other charges, it might have been a fine, it might have been, you know, probation or something, you know, something like that. But they wanted something that was criminal and that he would have to serve time, that now that's worthy for deportation. So that's possibly why they dropped the 13 or whatever 12 and narrowed it down to 1. That is part of that was the clause in the 1917 restrictive immigration laws. Okay. Like I said, I'm American, so I know my history. I know a lot of our laws and immigration acts. All right. So they're trying to get them like that. Okay. So, but you asked me to go. That's why I just said that. So you have
Nah,
time.
keep going. Cause like for me, if we go through the exercise and you prove beyond, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
All right.
without a doubt,
So
you
so
scammer,
so
I'm a concede. You feel me?
all right. So let me go into what a broker does. I mean, yeah. So again, I'm American, so I know like the
Keep saying
law.
it, bro. What the
Have to.
fuck?
Because what I pitch, right? What I pitch is that people who are not from America don't know America like that. So that's why I keep saying that. Like, so it's not like if I go to Jamaica or France, I of course I won't be equal about their laws and how the city ordinances. I won't know that type of stuff.
I'm biased. I've been here 30 years, brother.
Okay, but bro, okay. Do you know what AG Gaston is?
I've heard the name, but
Right, but do you know what he's known for? Do you know what state he comes from? But I'm saying, so
no.
no matter how long you've been here, the fact that you're not Black American, like that's not a desire to know these things. Like you kind of like you kind of do what you do to get whatever you got to get, but you don't have a desire to know what Black people did to pay wage for other Black folks. And like that's why I keep saying that. Like there's a disc again, if I go to Jamaica, I'm going there for the weather, I'm going there for the natural fruit, right? And the culture. But I'm not going there for the history. I'm not going there to like go back and learn Jamaican history. So a lot of people come over here, they're not really in love with the history of America. They just come here for whatever their reasons are, and they appreciate the country and so forth, so on. So I'm trying to just remind the chat. I'm telling them, like when people come over here, it's not just Jamaicans, even like the Eastern Europeans. So we go to white folks, the Southern European. When they come over here, they don't know American history. They come over here for their own comfort. They don't know American history either.
Nah, I get the point you're making. I get it.
Yeah. So
I feel you.
yeah. So anyway, when it comes to stocks, wait, let me just pull it up real fast. Wait, yo, why my phone? Yo, these Russians, man, like they make getting to your shit hard as hell. You got all these verifications. All right, okay, so I ain't gonna do that. Let me just
Some
go.
Russian bots.
Yeah, like because they sent them over here to like undermine your security and shit like that, privacy. Where now when you try to log in your account, you got to do all these verification methods. Like, dude. I don't even know where my phone at, man. I ain't doing all that. All right, broker definition.
But here's the thing, I'm biased. As far as I know, none of the 13 counts, none of the charges were him selling fake stocks. You get me? I
Okay.
don't think he was ever charged with that.
Again, they're trying to. Well, he was definitely selling illegal stocks because they were not part of any exchange. So he's in New York, so that means his stocks got to be part of a New York exchange, and we know it wasn't. That's easy provable. We could just look up his shit and see if it's there. Black Star Line, that's easy research. It's not hard. So we know it wasn't part of no New York Stock Exchange. We know that, and we know we couldn't liquidate it, right, and get money from what you know. Like you just don't miraculously just have a stock certificate. It has to be registered, licensed, and you have to be licensed yourself. So I'm gonna go to definition of broker real fast. So this is how we know all that shit was fraudulent. So now you can try to wiggle your way out of this, but I'm not gonna let you. All right, watch this. broker, someone who acts as an intermediary, such as an agent who negotiates contracts of purchase and sale as of real estate, commodities, and securities. That's stock language. Okay, so that's it right there. An agent who negotiates, okay, who negotiates contracts of purchase and sale as of a real estate, commodity, stock language, and securities. This is stock language. Okay, so to be a broker, you have to be you can't be a broker unless you're licensed. So the Wolf of Wall Street, when he did that scamming shit, he lost his license to be a broker. So to be a broker, you have to be a licensed broker. You just can't come from Jamaica and be a broker. You have to register and get your license. And then you have to be part of an exchange still. A market exchange. You just can't sell stocks and just like it's water or like it's bananas and shit. You can't do that. Stock is a security.
So are you charging Garvey with selling fake stocks or misrepresent himself as a broker?
All of that. He's guilty of all of that. So he sold stocks as an unlicensed broker. He sold stocks that was unlicensed. So everything he did was fraudulent. Everything.
All right. Now, dealing with specifically those accusations that you're making, do you have...
Don't forget about the Orion shit that he never owned, and he sold stocks on behalf of that.
I just want to do one thing at a time.
Okay,
do you have sources to substantiate the claims you just made? One being that he misrepresented.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fair, right? I'm not being a tether, right? That's fair.
You are, because you're defending a scammer. Like the nigga scammed. Like there's no way to go around it. The nigga scammed. He like I made the case already. So now you got to make the case that his stocks were licensed. He was licensed.
Mm-hmm.
That's your case. It ain't my case. That's your case. Yeah, the burden's not on me. It's on you. I made a case. Every source made it. Every source we read about Garvey stocks. We was at PBS. We was at Wikipedia. If I go to Britannica, it's going to say the same shit. Like there's no website going to say that he wasn't an unlicensed broker and he had unlicensed stocks. It's going to be wherever we go. So now what you got to do is show that he was part of a stock exchange, and then it's over. What do you want? What do you want here? Take it up. Yeah, so it's on you now to show that he did not have that he had a license and that his stocks were licensed to a stock market. Get off his tail. And you win. And then I'll say, okay, fine, you got that. And then I go to his Pan-Africanist unrealistic goals. It's just like a waste of time. I go to why he's trying to align Black Americans who he don't know to Africans in Liberia who he don't know. Why not align FBAs with Jamaicans or Jamaicans with Liberians? Why would you skip your country and go align people who you don't know because we looking like Liberia, like who are them?
Well, you see, that's where I can agree with you, right? When I look back, or me looking into Garvey, I could say that he was an idealist. He was stubborn, egotistical.
Those are nice words for him, but when you talk about
no, listen what I'm saying, because I'm telling you
that's nice to him, but with Tariq Nasheed, that ain't got nothing. That he's like a saint to Garvey, and all of a sudden he's the scammer, he's the bad guy, he's the cult leader, he's the Kool-Aid. But Garvey just stubborn, he's a regular, American citizen. He's just stubborn. He's just in his own way.
Yeah. I'm of the belief. I take the position that from what I've read about Garvey, there was sincerity there. I don't believe from what I've watched, seen of Tariq over the years, he's not a sincere individual. And up to a few months ago, you used to say the same thing.
No. Okay, again, okay. Quote me directly. What? Okay, watch this, because I know what I disagree with. Okay, so tell me what I disagree with Tariq Nasheed. Because one thing I never. Well, look. So let me help you out. One thing, yeah. So yeah, you're right. There's a lot of things I disagree with. Like he's pseudo. Okay, he's a conspiracy theorist, shit like that. I don't like that. Okay, and he's an alarmist. But outside of that, when it comes to his FBA ideas, I agree. I'm on board. But the other extra shit, I'm off board. But the FBA ideology, I agree. I think he does a good job. Same thing with Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar stay on hip hop. I think he says some clever shit. He leaves hip hop. I'm not rocking with him at all. Tariq Nasheed, he stays on FBA. We're cool. He leaves FBA. He's a normal, regular guy.
Oh, real quick. I don't want us to get sidetracked because I still want to go back to the stock thing. I have something to share on that.
Go ahead.
But regarding Jamar, right? You said he wasn't FBA. Now,
he's Guyanese.
Is it required for, because from what I understand with Jamar, one of his parents is Guyanese and the other is Black American or FBA.
Okay, wait.
So,
Okay, so now, no. That's fake news. So let's hear it from his own mouth. Watch this.
Okay.
Let's hear it from his own mouth. You know, I'm the clip guy. All right. So his own mouth. Yo, look. Said he's yo, he's capitalizing. Yo, my
man, he better not been claiming no FBA and have two parents from the Caribbean. That's fucking stupid.
All right, well,
So I hope he wasn't doing that.
He is. He's claiming FBA. All right. So yeah, I don't know anything about his background. That's something that I can, you can educate me and I'll find out. But in
you know what? Real quick, let's not get sidetracked. I want to go back to Garvey.
Wait. Yeah, before you go there, because you got a lot of FBAs who caping for Lord Jamar, right? And this bothers
Damn,
me.
that's fucked though. Lord Jamar riding for y'all. Man, y'all doing that boy dirty.
That's good. Okay, just
that's fucked up, man.
The same way we ride for Jamaicans and the Haitians, the Haitian revolutionary, we was riding for them. When we learned about that, we were so proud. Like we took it as we won. See when we found out that we shit didn't apply to y'all, like for example, I remember on a live with you guys when the Jamaican women had beat Sha'Carri Richardson, right? I recall you and because when Hussein Bolt was winning, Black people winning, FBA's winning. That's how I took that shit. But when I heard y'all, and not just y'all, other Jamaicans, when y'all started to win, when it was like, nah, Jamaicans winning, not Black people, I'm like, wow, that shit hit a certain way. Like, wait a minute, I thought they're Black. We're Black, right? Aren't we all Black? Aren't we winning? No, you Americans lost. Jamaicans won. So I'm like, that's interesting. So things like that, and then the FBA notion come up from Tariq or Tone Adolph, we'd be like, oh, okay. So now we start to tie, okay, that makes sense. Because I remember when this happened, it was Jamaicans only. When this happened, it was Haitians only. Like, for example, the revolution of Haiti, 1804. We take that as we won, like Black people. But if you talk to a Haitian, they take it as, no, we won. What do you guys do in America? We be like, oh shit, I ain't know you was delineating. I thought we won.
Hey, you know what? You know what's so funny about that? Probably the new school Haitians don't have that Pan-African ideal as much as those Haitians in 1804. But did you know in the actual constitution that they wrote that any Black American that made it to Haiti would get citizenship? Okay. They literally wrote that into the constitution. So I mean, things change. Probably the Haitian of today isn't the Haitian of 1804.
Wait. The difference between me and you, and I gotta say FBA versus Caribbean, is that I don't look at these Caribbeans online and say all of them. I don't look at the Africans online and say all of them. Because you know why? Because every Jamaican I ever met in my life, which I already said already, were cool. Really cool. No issues, no drama, no backdooring. It was probably better than a lot of FBAs I met. Okay. My closest friends today are Guyanese. Okay. And I don't think they're tethers. And the Jamaican dudes I know back in Jersey, Dave and them, they're not tethers. Like these dudes are ride or die, guys. Okay. So when I talk about people, I show you the person who I'm talking about. I'm like, yo, look what this person is saying. And what happens is I don't believe they're getting a lot of, let's say if they're Nigerian. They're not getting a lot of Nigerian pushback. Like they're just able just, hey, that's just her opinion. And like that don't fly with us because Jesse Lee Peterson, we call a coon. Tommy Sotomayor, we call a coon when Black Americans talk against Black people in a certain way that's riding for us. If you're against the Haitian Revolution, we call you a coon. You dig? Like when you against certain Jamaicans, we call you a coon if you're Black. Like ain't no, nah, we on code. Fuck all that. No, you a coon. And like we don't see that with the Caribbean, and we don't see that with the continent. We see y'all on code with each other. Okay? And
On code with each other in what way? Because the rest of the Caribbean can't stand Jamaicans.
No. When y'all come, no. I know that. When y'all, because I've been researching Trinidad. I know Trinidadians and Jamaicans get along. Okay, wait, hold up. But you're laughing. I'm talking about in America. In America, y'all get on code. Okay.
You saying Jamaicans get on, like Jamaicans with Jamaicans, or
yes, in America, I ain't never in my life experienced Jamaicans fighting, arguing in my life, online or in real life.
Nigga, me and Stu Pease
Y'all be lightly tapping each other. No, I'm talking about how it could go left. Like
no, I'm biased. I don't fuck with Stu Pease, bro.
Okay, cool. Okay, so y'all had a personal fallout, but we don't know about it. That's my point.
No, that shit was online. That the nigga got mad at me because I said natural selection doesn't work. Okay. It's a non-functional thing, and the nigga got mad at me.
Hey, bro, no, Stu Pease is an anomaly. You can't use
over a dead fucking white man.
No.
Stu Pease will argue with an 8.
But Stu
no, I'm biased.
Haskell,
I'm
biased.
No, my heart is still hurting, bro. Me and this man was trying to do a show together, right?
I know, but Stu
and I'm thinking we building, and dog, the man got mad at me because I said that natural selection cannot explain speciation, how different species come into being. Once the cell was discovered, that was it for natural selection. It doesn't work. And the nigga got so mad at me, bro.
All right, so let me put the link. Somebody want the link. Hold on.
Like, bro, he wouldn't answer my phone calls, unbiased. It was crazy.
No, but Stu Pease is the anomaly. You can't use him as an example. You gotta show me another. Because Stu Pease was arguing Garfield not too long ago. I was watching the show where he was arguing Garfield. So Stu Pease is just an arguing ass dude, right? So he's different. He's different. All right.
But yo, I don't want us to get off track, bro. Do you play that thing with Jamar real quick? Let me hear that.
Okay. So small.
Because remember, I'm here to exonerate Garvey. You saying I'm trying to take up for a scammer? I'm saying I don't believe the man was a scammer, and I have the evidence to exonerate him. No. That's what I'm on.
Well, listen, I'm unbiased. So you bring the evidence, then it's the evidence. All right. So here's the link for old boy when get on. And let me play Lord Jamar. All right. So Lord Jamar, where's this guy?
Damn, that's fucked up how y'all did Jamar, man.
What?
Y'all did Jamar wrong, bro.
Now, I don't fuck with losers. In my life, I never fuck with losers. So you losing, I'm gone.
I think it's a flat earth thing that making you do this. That's what it is, dog.
Well, bro, Yeah,
It's that flat earth shit.
he had all the momentum. Well, hold on. What are you talking about, my boy Bandman Kevin locked up? What are you talking about? I'll check it out later. Okay, so Lord Jamar had all the momentum, right?
Oh, man.
He took down Big Bag Fat Joe, got him canceled and banned, and he had to step down from BET. So now he's repping FBA. Okay, dude. You get on Garvey podcast. Garvey got a nice amount of subscribers. That's exposure. You would think that Godfrey was on. He's on record saying how Nigerians, like he admit, Nigerians have this racial bias against African Americans, right? So now that's a perfect time to talk about that type of stuff and talk about FBA, since he's so-called FBA. He rides the FBA surfboard until he gets where he want to be. Now the spotlight is on him, the big spotlight. Does he talk about FBA? No. He talks about his hidden agenda the whole time. Flat Earth. Like, dude, so you get on this podcast and you don't talk about FBA at all? See, those right there are red flags alone. Okay, that nigga ain't FBA. Let me look into his background and let me show you what I found. I say, yeah, he ain't FBA, because when you're FBA, if you're Jamaican, if you're Russian, you're proud of that shit. If you're Ukrainian, you're proud of that shit, man. And especially if y'all going through turmoil or some diversity, you're gonna big up yourself on the biggest. Like the Palestinians are gonna big themselves up. They're going through turmoil. The Israelis gonna big themselves up. They're going through turmoil. Okay, he's on a huge stage. He get up there and start talking some flat Earth shit, bro, and don't even know it. Like, at least know it. Didn't even know it. All right, so this is for you, Haskel. Yeah, you know me, I'm with the clips, because all I do, when people call my phone, bro, if you call my phone, bro, if I'm not driving, bro, you're gonna hear a video in the background or I'm reading something. That's all I do is study. I don't play basketball, because where I'm at, ain't no basketball. So all I do is try to get sharp, and sharper. That's all I do is study new
So
shit.
you don't hoop no more?
Well, now where I'm at now, ain't no hoops. That shit over. But I might be going back to Jersey because we'll see. I'll be back hooping over here. I ain't hoops since I left Jersey. All right. So now watch this. Listen, I got my screen shared, the audio shared. Listen.
Actually, my father was born in the Bronx and my mother was born in Harlem. Okay, so no.
You know what? I had replayed our live from last night on my other channel, the one you know, and so he was like, "Send a link, send a link." I said, "Stu, this is pre-recorded, but." Yo, that was right at the moment where you was about to ask me about the trademark. So it was because you were sharing your screen about the ugly America, whatever. He was like, share the link, share the link, share the link. I'm like, oh shit, this guy. I do. This is stupid. This is pre-recorded, bro. Ton of garbage. All right, so I'm gonna play it.
Actually, my father was born in the Bronx and my mother was born in Harlem. Okay, so no. My grandfather was born here in New York. Okay, it's my great grandfather on my father's side that wasn't born here. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So that means you're not foundational. But go ahead.
People, thank you, JC. Appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you.
All right, I think you could stop it, unbiased.
Huh?
So from what I hear, he has one relative on one side.
I got you, bro. I got two more clips.
Right.
Okay, no. Let's play it out.
Does he have another relative on his mother's side that also goes back to somewhere else?
Haskel, I got two more links over here. Just relax. I got you.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna trust the process.
I got clips, man. I'm a real researcher.
All right.
And I clip it. Watch this. And look, this shit, 3 weeks. Now watch this. This shit right here, this 4 years ago. I go back. All right, watch this. So now he's talking to Tariq Nasheed 4 years ago.
That they're a foundational American. You got to go somewhere and feel it in your ancestral memory.
Right, so the question he's asking, this might sound weird to you, but the question he's asking, we know he's not foundational Black American. Just by asking this crazy ass question, I'm gonna go to the beginning. Because if you're foundational Black American, if you're Jamaican and you got to prove yourself, it's not shit easy. So same thing with us. It's like, yo, it's not hard to prove I'm foundational Black American. That shit easy as shit. So for him to ask this question, I'm like, what else? And I know Tariq knows that. Hey, go that way. Go.
I mean, the man believes the earth is flat, though. I'm biased, so.
No, but listen,
I don't know.
That's okay. You could be a Mexican and believe El Chapo is God. That don't make you not Mexican, all right? So you're still Mexican.
How does one know that they're a foundational American? You got to go somewhere and feel it in your ancestral memory, or because let me just
That's a non-FBA question.
just say that I a few years back did a like an ancestral search, not through
And I notice I'm not subscribed to his shit. You see it, right? That shit says unsubscribe. I'm not subscribed to his shit.
Oh man.
Ancestry.com or nothing like this. This is a sister who actually, tries to trace your lineage through documents and all of that.
So now Haskel, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga is 60 years old. So now this is the part that you got to wrestle with. Ain't no 60-year-old man don't know what his fucking mom is, my boy. Your mom cooked food for you. What did you eat growing up? Okay? What did you eat growing up? Did you eat fried chicken and mac and cheese? Or did you eat oxtails? That's very easy to figure out what your mom is. It's not hard. What music she listened to? What music she didn't listen to? My mom ain't played no Caribbean shit ever. Okay? Nobody played no Caribbean shit ever in our household. But it ain't hard to know what your mom is. That shit weird. But look, let's go.
That type of stuff or whatever. So I had just did on my father's side, right?
So he chose his father's side only conveniently. Okay, cool. Let's go with that narrative.
But in doing all of this, and I'm going to tell you, it traced back to Guyana, right?
Okay, right.
But it's about 4 generations back, right? So anyway, what I was going to say.
Okay, so I know y'all saying let it play, whatever. But I have to stop it to highlight what he's saying. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so he said when he checked his father's side, chat panel, and he said it goes back to Guyana. Now watch this. So Tariq's gonna respond, Haskel, and then he's gonna mention his mother's side. That's why I say, I got you, my boy. I got you. Watch this. Hold up. Relax. Let's go to the top. Take it from the top. Okay, here we go. Take it from the top.
We can trace back.
My family suffered from redlining and all that type of shit, because I know how you feel about like.
I'm gonna call cap on that, because I know when Jamaicans came here in significant numbers and when they were not here, they were like spotted. I know when the Caribbean, period. I know when, because the Caribbean and the African continent, they came at the same time, by the way. But Puerto Ricans came here a little earlier, and Mexicans came here even earlier. So I know American history. I know who was here, who wasn't in mass. Okay, Mexican, and guess what? I even know why Mexicans were classified as white. You guys don't. I know why they were classified as white. For what reason? Watch it.
Jamaicans that come here right now, this generation, and they're able to get loans. My family didn't go through that. My family didn't get all that when they came here. We lived as regular Black people. So let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. That would not, if they came over and they immigrated, because your family came from immigrants. They immigrated over here. And
he said, yes. Okay.
You can trace
Ellis
that,
Island.
right?
I know the boat.
That's very different because you can't get a reparations claim like that. And this
You can't get one like that. Let's go on.
very important to not mix it up.
But now keep in mind, this is just my father's side.
I understand that.
We all have two sides now. My mother's side, I ain't traced that yet. That could go straight to a plantation for all I know.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
wait.
something.
Right. I got it. But let me sum it up with this for everybody, because you be, you ain't solid. You be like, okay, so this what happened.
I don't care if he FBA or not, so I don't have a dog in the fight, bro.
But I want to.
I don't care.
No problem. But I want to go. I want to go with the information we got. So now a nigga trying to say he don't know what his mother is, and we know you're lying. Okay, so for one, he his father's side is Guyanese. He know for a fact. All right, so for one side he's Guyanese. His mother's side, he said he did not know. So that means he's mixed with Guyanese and question.
Father. He said great grandfather.
Right, but that's still Guyanese.
Right. Thank you, brother. So in other words,
No. I'm a mute. No. I'm talking. He cut in. Stop. Your great grandfather lets you know you're not FBA. My great grandfather.
Four great grandfathers.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Wait. Hold on. Okay, cool. So let me go, then you go. Well, no. Haskel go, then you go. All right. So listen, I give my argument. Haskel give his. You give yours. Right. So we got to. I ain't got to yell at you guys. My fault. So what I'm saying is this: it could be 10 grandfathers. The fact you can't be Guyanese and all of a sudden you're FBA. It's not how that works. If you're Guyanese, you're Guyanese. If you're Russian, you're Russian. If whoever you are, that's who you are. Okay. So he said his forefathers, 20 fathers are Guyanese. Then he said his mother, he does not know. So watch this. It's easy math for me. He's Guyanese mixed with question mark. So for me, I'm done right now. Guyanese mixed with question mark doesn't equal FBA. Haskel go and let Bobo go.
Well, shit, I actually agree with you, because if he running around flying the FBA flag, he needs to be sure of that, right? Now, if the argument I was going to make as far as on his father's side is, where I could see it being plausible, him not knowing what his mother is necessarily, is that just like on his grandfather's side, by the time his great-grandfather, by the time his grandfather came around, his grandfather would have been Americanized, right? And then therefore, when he came around, his grandfather's his grandfather would have been Americanized,
right.
And then his father would have been even more Americanized, right? So he could very well be in the home and hear his father playing James Brown and eating mac and cheese, but his father not actually be able to trace his line back to chattel slavery in America, right? So likewise, when you make the criticism that how he doesn't know what his mother is, right? His mother could listen to the Spinners and the Four Tops and all of that and the Temptations. That doesn't necessarily mean that her line goes back to chattel slavery in America. It could just simply mean that her predecessors were in the country enough generations to where they were Americanized. That's the only thing I was having a contention with. But overall, I am in agreement with you, unbiased. If to this point, Lord Jamar has still not been able to genealogically trace his mother's line back to the chattel slavery in America, then he is a crazy nigga for running around flying the FBA flag.
All right, Bobo, peace. What you got on this?
Yeah, you got 4 great grandfathers. Okay. Would y'all agree with that?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So what was his great grandmother that was with the Guyanese man? And this is the thing, right?
Ooh, that's a great point. I didn't even think of that.
This is easy work, actually. This is really easy work. This is nothing that's difficult. This was 4 years ago. This was 4 years ago. It's not hard to trace our lineage back. I'm a full-blooded FBA. This shit takes 30 minutes. It ain't nothing that's difficult. There's not nothing crazy to look at. It's really easy work to do. You know what I mean? So like you got 4 great grandfathers. If 3 of them is FBA, more than likely they were. You're FBA. You got 4 great grandmothers as well. If all 4 of them is FBA, you're FBA. So if he got 1 great grandfather out of his 8 great grandparents, he would still be FBA. Like, this is not really nothing that's hard to do or none of that. What this is that he was just getting the information. This 4 years ago, he wasn't understanding what we're saying. And 4 years ago, most people did not understand what we're saying. This is, you know what I mean? They didn't understand the delineation, what we're trying to do. As far as the title, if I can slip this in real quick, Pan-Africanism is dead. That's 100-year, that's an old ideology. That shit is over. That's over. That's not even practical. There's no, when I talk to Pan-Africanists, it's a bunch of fantasy fairy tale stuff. There's no practical plan. So, you know what I mean? That shit is over. You know what I mean? And if you're really a Pan-Africanist, the delineation shouldn't affect that at all.
Beautiful, man. So what you think? What you think, Unbiased? I thought he made a great.
I was gonna ask you. Wait, so do you agree with his theory of the?
I don't know, because he brought a new, because I didn't even consider that. Now,
What?
Is it that? Hold on. Is it that to be FBA, literally every single predecessor
Yes.
has to be FBA?
Yes, you got to trace the lineage back to 1870, if not earlier.
No, but you could trace your lineage. Let's say, like you said, you have 4 great grandfathers, 4 great grandmothers, right?
Right.
So let's say his great grandfather was married to a woman who was FBA, right?
Right.
And then her line,
That's different.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, Unbiased.
No. That's what Vogel's saying. That's not what Lord Jamar is saying. Lord Jamar said he doesn't know his mother's history at all.
No, we're not talking about his mother's side right now.
And that was 4 years ago, though.
No, but that would be his mother, bro. If he married a woman, that would be his mother's side. What are you talking about?
No, you don't.
No. I'm saying if his great grandfather
married a woman, right?
Was with an FBA woman, but
right.
That would have been
wait. So that FBA woman would have a lineage, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That would be his mother.
You ain't getting what he's saying. Listen, his father's side, when you get the great grandparents on his father's side, his father would have had his great grandparents would be his father's grandparents. So that's 4 people.
Right. They're Guyanese, right?
One of them is. So we got 3.
No. Wait. All of them. What do you mean one of them? They all are.
No, they're not, bro. You're not hearing what he's saying. He said one guy, his great grandfather.
Okay. So okay, cool. So watch this, because we did my hypothetics here. So
we're not talking about hypothetics.
Yes, because yes. Well, if you say what if, that's hypothetics. So you said what if?
I never said what if, but go ahead.
Okay, watch this. I got you. So now, his earliest grandfather was Guyanese, right?
That ain't his earliest grandfather.
No, he said his great grandfather was
Guyanese. Early. That's early. Mean like back in time. Early, like early 18th century. So yeah. So his earliest, his latest. Okay, fine. His latest grandfather is Guyanese, right?
One of them.
Dude. Okay. He just told Tariq Nasheed his family immigrated here from Guyana.
He said one of his grandfathers. One of his grandfathers.
That was the oldest one, though, right?
No, one of his great grandfathers.
What do you mean by oldest one? I don't even know what.
Yeah. You don't understand,
brother. I got it. Let's do it again. That's why chat. I gotta slow it down and stop it. So you guys said don't stop it. Press play, but I gotta stop it now. Okay, so watch this. I'm gonna slow it down and stop it. Okay, watch this.
Actually, my father was born in the Bronx, and my mother was.
His father would be his father, right?
Right.
That would be his father. Yeah.
Born in Harlem. Okay. So no. My grandfather was born
His father, so he's going backwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
here in New York. Okay. It's my great grandfather of my.
Okay, so now it's like I said, the latest guy, the first guy to come over here on his father's side was what?
Father's side
Only
that
one of
wasn't
his
born here.
grandfathers on his
Okay.
father's side. That's only one of his great grandfathers. You have 4 great grandfathers. I don't know why that's like.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I got 2 grandfathers. One on my mother's side, one on my father's side. I don't know.
Great.
Yeah,
You're talking
great
grandfather, unbiased.
He's okay. He just talked about he just said the first male from his lineage was not born in America. That's what he said.
He said great grandfather. He made this clear. It's even in the title on your video that you're showing here right now. My great grandfather was born in Guyana. It's literally on the title. He's saying the same thing. I don't know why you're forcing it.
That's the oldest father, right?
That's not the oldest father.
Okay, wait, hold on. So how is so you tell me his oldest father was not Guyanese?
In it, brother. I don't know. It'll just take a while, brother. You ain't really.
That's on you. That's on you. Look.
That's on you.
No. That's on you. Okay, I'm asking you a question. You say, hey, I'm asking you. So the first father of his lineage, were they FBA or were they Guyanese?
When you say that's such a vague
question. What do you mean the first father? What does that mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. He ain't getting it. It's just not clicking.
I'm biased. You do understand that you have fathers going back in perpetuity, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So his perpetuity, he's saying they immigrated over here.
No, you're not getting it. You're just not getting it. You're just not getting it.
I'm just not getting it then because I'm going.
Your great grandfather. Okay, let me do this right. Put me on the screen. Listen.
Go ahead.
You're born right. Yeah. You have one father and one mother.
Right.
You have 4 grandparents immediately. Then you have 8 great grandparents. Then you got 16 great grandparents. And then
so they're all the same age or are they older than each other?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Because of course they wouldn't all be the same age.
Right. So that means that somebody comes from somebody, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now the first person who popped it off, right? We need to know what he is. And what Lord Jamar is saying is the guy who popped it off, he was from Guyana.
That's not the guy that popped it off. That's just one of his great grandfathers.
So Haskel, let me ask you.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna clip this shit. All right. So let me ask you. So the first father that Lord Jamar said that came to this country.
There is no first father. Stop saying that.
I don't know why he keeps saying that. It's not clicking yet. You just learn it. It's just new information.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. For me, he's not FBA. It's up in the air. I'm out of it. Y'all can hash that out.
4 years ago to now, he would know if he's FBA or not. He would know. He would just get new information.
But hold on. But he just said what Haskel said out of his own mouth. He said all of his fathers were Americanized, but they were Guyanese. That's what he said.
No, he didn't.
He did not say that, bro. I don't know why you're doing that. I really don't know why you're doing that. He did not say that.
Okay, so let's play it again.
Actually, my father was born in the Bronx and my mother was born in Harlem. Okay. So no. My grandfather was born here in
so he's saying who's born here. I think Stu Pease and Haskell was born here. They're not FBA. So because you're born here, don't make you FBA. So now he's saying they were born here, but they're still Guyanese. Watch this.
New York. Okay. That's
funny because all of the immigrants from the Caribbean majority all of them came to New York and Florida. And so now if he's saying Texas, California, okay, but he's saying New York, which were the immigrants, the black immigrants came to. It came to New York and Florida and sprinkled some other places.
Bro, you're not going to get it, bro. It's just not. It's not going to
I know, but he got it though. Watch this.
Okay. It's my great grandfather on my father's side that wasn't born here. Okay.
So he said his great grandfather, right?
On his father's side.
Right. I have, okay, my father is my father, right? Then I have a grandfather, then I have a great grandfather, right? So the great
no, you don't just have one grandfather, you have two grandfathers. Then you have four
I'm talking about the father side though.
You're going to have four great grandfathers. On your father's side, you're going to have two great grandfathers.
No, I'm saying for my father's side. My father's
side, have two great grandfathers on your
yes, you're going to have two unbiased, two great grandfathers on your father's side. He would need this to be drawn out in a diagram. He needs a visual aid.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
He needs a visual aid.
Okay, well, he is speaking of a singular guy. He's not speaking of plural guys, right? So he's naming. Okay, cool. So he's naming one by one, Haskel. He's not naming two by two. All right. He's saying 1, 1, 1. That's singular.
You're proving our point, but you don't understand that you're proving it.
Got it. So let's go back.
That wasn't born here. Okay, people.
Okay, right. And he was the oldest one out of the two he just named.
Well, you just throwing that in. You just throwing that in. You just literally threw that in personally. That was your personal throw in. He never said he was the oldest or none of that.
So let's go here because he got more specific with Tariq Nasheed. Let's go here.
Yeah, he said one of them. He said one of my great grandfathers.
Okay, cool. Okay. So what? Okay, watch this. So what were the others?
He didn't mention it.
Right. So all we know is what we know. So the lack of absence of knowledge don't make it knowledge. So if you don't have evidence,
and you gotta remember this, brother. This was 4 years ago.
But it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is
don't matter.
Okay, I got it. Where you from, that matters. But what really matters is that the only data he gave, the other stuff is question marks. Question marks don't mean an answer. It means we need an answer. So he said the only answer he gave was Guyana. He did not give FBA. He did not give Trinidad. He did not give Nigeria or white. He gave one constant answer. He said the other shit I don't know. So
in this video,
so watch this real fast. If he's saying Guyana, and then he said I don't know, Guyana and I don't know, it does not equal FBI. I know that.
Okay, now let me say this right. This was 4 years ago. He was trying to get an understanding. That's what this whole video is about when he's talking to Tariq Nasheed. He's trying to get an understanding. He even said, I can't get down with the FBA shit. He was trying to get an understanding. I'm pretty sure 4 years now, 4 years have passed. He's got a full understanding.
Find that video. We got the full understanding. You find that one. While I source up, you source up.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I'll be all day looking for that. But
that'll take all night. But hey, unbiased. I want to get back to Garvey.
How does one know?
We going down the rabbit hole.
He's asking that right there. How does one know? He's asking one. He's trying to figure out himself.
But again, the lack of evidence doesn't mean evidence. So watch this. Let's go.
How does one know that they're a foundational American?
And that's a non-foundational question, by the way. What do you mean? How does one know?
He even said foundational American. He couldn't even pronounce it right yet because it was new information.
No, which meaning that he's not foundational, but it's okay. Watch this.
You got to go somewhere and feel it in your ancestral memory, or because let me just say that I a few years back did.
Hey, by the way, don't read the chat.
Like an ancestral search, not through ancestry.com or nothing.
He's gonna tell you.
Hey, in the chat, I can't unpack it. This guy's not gonna allow it.
So, but
you're Jamaican, huh?
Okay.
Unbiased Sports.
But this is what he said, though. This is what he said.
Unbiased Sports is Jamaican, just for the record.
I'm Jamaican.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Are you a tether?
No.
Okay. All right then. Now,
what type of question is that? I'm asking, are you Jamaican? Or what?
I'm asking you. Are you a tether?
No, I'm not.
All right.
See how easy that is for me to answer?
He from Trinidad, bro.
I don't know a tether.
Trinidad. Oh, that's why he's so stomach so hard.
I don't know a tether Trinidad's last name Harrison, by the way. Harrison's American. Harrison's American. You can go. Now, Bo, what's your last name?
I'm not gonna say my last name.
Exactly.
I show my face.
Exactly. My last name Harrison.
I'll just show you a census record though. This what we talking about. You don't got one of these. I got
that's somebody else shit. That's somebody else shit. What's your last?
All right. Well, I mean, if that's what you're saying, if that's what you're saying,
yeah.
If you say that's somebody else shit, then that's just what it is. But
this what you can do. Look at my Facebook. Rondell Harrison, nigga.
You look Latino to me, nigga. You look Latino to me, nigga.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm light skinned. Right.
You got Latino.
Like Huey P. Newton too, right? Okay. Right, like Huey P. Newton. You look fucking Jamaican to me, by the way. But my last name Harrison.
I got somebody else's paperwork, so that's all that matters.
But my last name, but listen.
1870 census.
I'm totally transparent. My last name is Harrison. My boy, this is my
doesn't mean nothing. There's Jamaicans with the last name Harrison.
Look at your fake ass name. Just Volvo. This is my real name right here.
Yeah, there's Jamaican with the last name Harrison.
Hey, yo, nobody. What's your real name?
Williams.
What's your last name?
Williams.
What's your last name? Look at my name. Look at my name.
Williams.
So niggas can look me up.
You don't get more. Okay. More Black Americans with the last name Williams. That's the most common last name.
The point I'm making is that y'all niggas come on the internet and nobody who knew the fuck y'all are. Me, I'm trained. That's my Facebook name right there, and whatever else you need.
Somebody else Facebook. That's somebody else Facebook.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. That's okay. Sure. That's like me with braids.
Oh, you're hating, bro. You're a tether, bro. That's what it is.
I know. Matter of fact,
I don't know why this bothers so much.
Wait, you know what? Why are you even here?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I thought you was
around.
Intellectual conversation.
Move around, tether. Fuck out of here. Move around. You mad as fuck that he's not fucking FBA. Some dumbass argument. He gonna the absence of knowledge is now knowledge. He never said FBA. He said Guyanese. I don't know. How does Guyanese I don't know equals fucking FBA? Fuck you talking about? Trying to make the nigga FBA. That shouldn't work like that. He's telling you what he did. He said I traced my ancestry, my father's side. The fuck y'all two talking about? He said, I traced my ancestry and it's Guyanese. The fuck y'all talking about? He didn't say, oh, I got two grandfathers. One is Guyanese, one is FBA. He said, I traced my father's side lineage and it's Guyana. Tariq Nasheed got more specific. So your father's side immigrated here? He said, yes. The fuck y'all talking? Then y'all got this hypothetical about the grandma. Oh, I didn't even think of that shit because it's stupid. That's why you think about it. It's stupid. Stop making shit up. Let's go with what he's saying. He said, my mom's side, I don't know. My father's side, I do know. My father's side is Guyanese. Oh, I didn't think of that. Yeah, because it's stupid. Who thinks of that? Y'all just making up shit to make the nigga something else. Now you can kick rocks and go somewhere else. I'm playing what the nigga said. Y'all niggas making shit up. That's some tether shit. Niggas can't be honest. I'm playing what people say. You got some Garvey shit, you read it to me. And if that shit says what it says, I accept it. I'm different than y'all, nigga. I'm fucking American. I accept the facts.
Yo, at this point, if you're from New York, you're automatic tether. I think that's a good rule of thumb right there.
Okay.
Y'all could go with
How
that.
does one know?
So Nas a tether, Jay-Z. Okay. Okay, Moss number 25, the tether. Okay,
Man, you know I'm bullshitting, man.
I'm just tit for tat with you. All right, but that is something serious though. What you said because no, it's not tether. See now you're undermining, which makes you a tether.
You said I'm
Tether doesn't mean it's not equivalent to immigrant. Just like coon doesn't equal to black. Just like a racist white person doesn't equal to white people. Okay? And whatever slur you call somebody doesn't equal the whole nation. When you say a slur, you're mad at that person and whoever thinks like that person. That's the slur, not everybody. Okay, so watch this. There you go. One last time. Nigga, hop on and start lying and shit. Yo, we got two grandfathers shit. What are you talking about? Let's listen to the man and let's see what he says. Is he saying two grandfathers or he saying fucking he named a bunch of grandfathers. He named 4. And none of them are FBA. Watch this.
How does one know that they're foundational American?
It's a non-foundational question.
You gotta go somewhere.
Boys, I was on here. He's a fucking flat earther or some shit. Fuck out of here. Yeah. I don't do that shit. Sanchez is FBA, but he a fucking nut. I'm not a Caribbean. don't think about the Caribbean like y'all do. No, he a nut. That nigga's a nut. Flat Earth shit.
Hey, what's the name? Jamar done reinvigorated Sanchez. I see he done went live today.
Well, Sanchez talked a lot of shit, but one thing he didn't say was, he made some good points about
But
Dave.
hold up, how he FBA with his name Sanchez?
Yeah, you got brother Joe Sanchez from my city. His name is Joe Sanchez. Yeah, that's a common name in Black America. See, again, when you're not from America, you don't know. Joe Sanchez was that's his fucking last name. Okay. So yeah, that's common. And again, you guys don't know. Yo, we have a lot of Latino names in our shit.
Sanchez is a common name in
FBA. Yes, I just named a guy named Joe Sanchez in high school. It's straight FBA. Name was Joe Sanchez. The nigga wasn't Latino. Nobody in his family was Latino. All right, and he's dark as hell. Nigga straight FBA. All right. Anyway, let's go.
Where and feel it in your ancestral memory, or because let me just say that I a few years back did a like an ancestral search, not through ancestry.com or nothing like this. This is a sister who actually, tries to trace your lineage through documents and all of that type of
Okay, so he said a sister went to trace his lineage through documents. These niggas talking about grandfather, these lying shit they talking about. He is saying the sister covered all of that. She's tracing his lineage through, but he said his father's side. So she's considering all those goddamn fathers y'all talking about. Okay, watch this.
stuff or whatever. So I had just did on my father's side, right?
Okay.
But in doing all of this, and I'm going to tell you, it traced back to Guyana, right?
Oh, wait.
But it's about 4 generations.
Okay, look at these nuts. He sat there and said it traced back to Guyana. Where is the FBA y'all talking about? Y'all just making shit up. He said Guyana.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, but oh boy, he got 2 fathers, whatever, 10 fathers. He said Guyana. He did not say America and Guyana. He said he didn't say Africa. He said Guyana. Now watch this.
Back, right? So anyway, right?
Okay, right.
But it's about 4 generations back.
Okay, so 4 generations back, they're all Guyanese. Watch this.
Right?
Pick that up.
So anyway,
okay, he and he okay, what next? Now watch this. So now Tariq's gonna go. And he's gonna conclude what I conclude and what the chat concludes. Okay, so your father, okay, no problem. You Guyanese on your father's side. Okay. That's not even an argument. The argument was, or the confusion or the question mark is his mother's side.
We can trace back.
My family suffered from redlining and all that type of shit.
All this shit right here, this is not FBA talk. If you're actually FBA, we suffer redlining, that's a non-FBA talking point. And yeah, that's unfortunate. And guess what? When some money set aside come from that, you'll get paid. Nobody's going to exclude you from those traumatic experiences. You will get paid for that. Okay, that's why you need the first part. When the first part happens, and we get some checks, you're gonna get checks for that one. So nobody's saying what you're saying is false. But what you're saying is you're not okay. Cool, right? Black people, I'm sure all Black people come to this country. I'm sure they got red line and treated the same way. I'm sure they got racial profile. I'm sure they got disrespected by whites. I'm sure you did, because white folks hate Black people. Well, not all of them, but enough of them do. The shot callers do. Yeah, so I'm sure you got all of what we got. Up to the point you're talking about, I'm sure you experienced everything.
Niggas say you look Latino.
Yeah, so I'm sure you experienced everything we experienced. Go ahead.
I know how you feel about like Jamaicans that come here right now.
Okay, so now why you fucking with Jamaicans? That's him. Okay, he talking about Guyanese people. He started talking about, I know he talking about Jamaicans. What do you mean about Jamaicans? Tariq he never made it about Jamaicans. He made it about non-AD West. Oh,
Hey,
Jamaican.
Tariq look annoyed as fuck too.
Yeah, because he won't
Like,
shut up,
listen.
making excuses. I know you feel about Jamaicans. No, what you mean? I don't got no problem with Jamaicans. Nigga, listen, you are who you are. And so far, get out of here. So far, what you told me, Tariq saying, you said Guyanese. You said nothing else but Guyanese. Yeah. He's like, yo, shut the fuck up. He looking like Dave, Professor Dave right now. Like, yo, shut the fuck up. Let me talk.
Generation and they're able to get loans. My family didn't go through that. My family didn't get all that when they came here.
And now he's a fucking liar. Okay? Even the Europeans who are allowed over here, Western and Northern Europeans got fucking welfare. Ain't none of y'all fucking creamers came over here and get welfare. Y'all all got tanning. You're a fucking liar. You came over and just bought a fucking house. Stop lying. You came over and you got tanning. Okay?
You got
That's
what?
my tanning, nigga. You got tanning. Every person non-American come over here, unless you were super rich, you got TANF. TANF is government.
Oh, TANF.
Yes.
Oh, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. TANF. You got HUD, nigga. I know. I do that. That's what I do right now for a career. I know you got that. Okay. I know for a fact you got HUD. You got LITIC. I know all the fucking acronyms. You got all that shit. Okay, because that, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because one thing I don't complain about, if somebody come over here legally, I mind my business. If you come over here legally and you get hired or do what you do, I mind my business. If you come over here illegally, I got an issue. But if you come over here legally, that's none of my business. What you arrange with America, that's none of my business. I stay out of it. None of my business. How you thrive and be successful, none of my fucking business. Come over legally. If you get TANF and government assistance, none of my business. Like, I expect you to do that. Like, why the fuck would I would not want you to get assistance? You come into a brand new country. Like, why would I not? Oh, nah, you gotta just hustle. No, go get some shit for yourself to get yourself straight and, be successful. Be the best you can be. I got no problem with that shit. Okay, so, but what he's saying right now, he's lying. He's saying his family did not come in here. So now he's acting like he came here during segregation. I know you motherfuckers looking for welfare at that time because there was no jobs for black people. We were piss poor during segregation. We was agriculture workers, working train, railroads and coal mines. We did the worst physical shit ever.
So hold on. So Jamar is 60, right? Just about. His father, let's say we do 20 years a generation. Let's say 25. So let's say he's 60. His father would be, let's say 80, would go back 85 years. His great grandfather will go back, what's that, 110 years? And then his great grandfather will go back 135 years, right? So 135 from 2025, that will put him around, because he said Ellis Island. So yeah, they was in the late 1800s.
Yeah, but guess what? Then you were not in America then.
That's when his great grandfather would have came.
No, you would not have came. You would not have came. They have restrictive immigrant laws that only allow Western Europeans and Northern Europeans. They didn't even.
Yeah, but remember, so how Garvey get here?
Okay. I don't know how the fuck got him. He fucking probably illegal. I don't know.
No, he would have.
He probably, yeah. How did he come over here? Like, did anybody ever? Yeah, probably illegal as shit. But
bro, as much smoke as them white folks had with him, you think if that man was illegal, he would have been able to be running around and talking all that crazy?
Yes, because just because you okay, again, you don't know American history with the laws. Just because you're illegal don't mean you can't naturalize. You can so it's like there was ways to protect yourself coming over here illegal, bro. You can still naturalize.
Garvey was an illegal alien now.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Haskel, you don't know American history, so I'm going to teach you right fast about the restrictive immigration laws. Okay, so watch this. Watch this. Okay, watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna learn you, bro, my boy. I'm gonna teach you about America, right? Watch this. Now I'm not gonna share my screen. Yeah, you're not getting my source. I'm gonna read it for you. You gotta do your own research and catch up with me. But watch this. I'm gonna help you out. Okay, so I'm
Hey,
going
remember, I want to clear Garvey name now.
right, but shit, we don't do that because
I
okay.
want to get stuck right here with
No,
Lord
you
Jamal.
stuck because you keep talking. Okay, so now, watch this. Progressives and natives bolstered their anti-immigration policy by using the Dillingham Commission. Now, these are anti-immigration positions. That means they didn't fuck with immigration. This is 1910. Okay? By using the Dillingham Commission report as evidence that new immigrants were fundamentally different from old immigrants who came from Western and Northern Europe. Not no fucking Jamaica. The Dillingham Commission was staffed with members who had previously supported immigration restrictions, with the single exception of one member named William S. Bennett of New York. Its members cherry-picked data to reach the predetermined conclusion that immigrants from Northern and Western Europe were innately superior to those from Southern and Eastern Europe. This is some white shit. Ain't no fucking black man coming over here. They talking about Northern and Western Europeans are superior than Eastern and Southern. Watch this. When data revealed large numbers of Northern and Western Europeans seeking welfare, all y'all motherfuckers on TANF coming over here, even the Northern and Eastern, they niggas sought welfare, okay, in American cities, and the Dillingham Commission returned the data for further information for the corrections. Despite the methodological flaws, policymakers embraced the report and its recommendations because it confirmed their prejudices. Now, let's get to your people. Sightings concerned about the intelligence of new immigrants and how well they would assimilate. The Americanization movement started as a collective of private nonprofit organizations that backed civics classes, language lessons, and the destruction of the hyphenated America. They was converting these motherfuckers to American. Watch this. No longer where you came from. You're American now. This movement eventually morphed into a series of government programs that wrote school curricula to push for immigration assimilation, including banning the German language from being spoken in public schools. So clearly, German's Western. So they got the motherfuckers over here. They would not allow them to speak German. You're going to be American over here. You're going to assimilate and be American. You and the French and everybody else. Watch this. These anti-German laws actually slowed assimilation, but were very popular, especially during World War I. Politically, anti-immigration sentiment prompted Congress to pass the Restrictive Immigration Act of 1917. Y'all motherfuckers are coming over here. Overruling President Woodrow Wilson's veto. This act sanctioned legal immigrants' detention and deportation if they committed a deportable crime within 5 years of their arrival. Watch this. It also
I tap out. Garvey was a legal immigrant. I tap out. You right.
I got one more thing. Because this is for you now.
Now you got me though. You got me.
This for the chat too. Don't forget, I'm an educator. It's for the chat.
Okay, I'm saying you got me knocked out on the floor already, dog. You ain't gotta stomp on me now. Goddamn.
About the chat though. Because when I research, it's to like share it. It's not to keep it. Okay. So it also imposed literacy tests and other restrictive measures aimed at limiting immigration flows from African and Asian countries. So they discouraged Africans and Asians from coming over here. Literacy tests and other restrictive measures. So when niggas came over here, they snuck over here, and this article shows you how illegals were coming over here because it was impossible. They didn't even want white folks over here. The fuck they gonna skip? And matter of fact, watch this. They complain about Mexicans come over here. So I'm gonna tell you the secret about Mexicans. They call Mexicans like peons and all type of shit, but they wanted their labor. So they had white folks that wasn't having it. They said, hell no, how you gonna invite peons of Mexico over here, but not invite our own brothers from Eastern and Southern Europe? So what they did was, they said, good point. So what they did was they classified the Mexicans as white to justify that right there. So when they classified them as white, they had no more problem with them coming over. because they were trying to keep a pure eugenic, IBM, they was practicing eugenics and they wanted a pure protected race class, and they didn't even want European whites or Southern whites because they found them as flawed Europeans. They looked at them as like that shitty European genetics. They wanted only Northern and Western Europeans, and they wanted to protect the American eugenics. They didn't want Africans and Asians and Hindus over here. They felt like if you migrate, you're gonna fuck up the bloodline. So when you said Garvey, how you get over here? Yeah, good point. How did he get over here? Because that nigga had to be highly educated because they had literacy tests aimed to discourage Asians and Africans from coming over. This was 1910, 1917, 1924. And guess what? This ban didn't come off until 1965. So when you see a black person over here, it's like, how did you get it? You must have been smart as fuck. Highly educated, but you were not, definitely no black immigrant was over here during this time. One or two at the most. And guess what? He was the smartest person in his country. If a Nigerian's over here, a Somali over here, a Sudanese person, Jamaican, he was the smartest man in his country. They discouraged non-Western, non-Northern, and non-Mexican immigrants come over. They discouraged that shit. So the 1965 Immigration Act actually wasn't for African and Caribbeans. It was to ban the act that discriminated against Eastern and Southern Europeans. So 1965 Act was to let them come over, by the way. It wasn't about Africans and Caribbeans and Spanish people. It was for European whites. That's how much they didn't want to fuck with them. Okay, and that's why you guys were not here during Jim Crow. So when Lord Jamar talking this crazy shit, like, dude, what the fuck? When y'all family get over here? What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, he wasn't over here. What literacy test that your grandfather passed? Like, y'all niggas was laborers. Ain't no education popping like that over here for us or you. What are you talking about? What kind of uppity nigga you was that you got in America and passing literacy tests when it was clearly trying to keep everybody out besides Northern and Western European Mexicans?
Tariq looks so annoyed, bro.
Oh, but anyway, okay.
Let me go back, share the screen, bro. We gotta get Garvey cleared up, man.
All right, so look, so you're gonna close out. So you can take as long as you want. Just close out in Garvey. It's 12 o'clock. I gotta lay down. But I'm glad you popped. I'm glad you hopped on because it ended up being a good, a good back and forth, a good line.
It was a good discussion.
Yeah, it definitely was.
So, all right, hold on. I wanted to go here. Let's deal with the stock issue, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it says here, the AI overview. I know my phone is small, but you should be able to see it.
I can see some of it.
All right, so it says the Black Star line was not, this is the AI overview, by the way, from Google. The Black Star line was not listed on a stock exchange, but shares were sold at UNIA conventions. Shares were sold at $5 each. So, in light of that, how do you want to reform your claim about him being a illegal broker and all of that?
No,
he wasn't dealing in stocks.
But you have to.
No. He was selling shares in his company.
No. Yeah, that's stocks, shares, stock, securities. That's all.
Right, but that's a different thing from being on a stock exchange.
No, it's
that's
not.
When you. No, but that's when you. Well, do you need a broker?
Yeah.
To sell shares in your company?
No. Not just a broker. Your stock, bro. Your stocks, they have to be registered because they're protected by, I think, the FDIC. You have to license them shit and have them regulated by the FCC. You can't just sell some shit just willy-nilly. They got to be regulated. Because like there's regulations that make even legit brokers and stock markets, they can't do some fouls like insider trading. They're regulated. So how are you going to sell stocks and not be regulated? That shit crazy. And then how you not part of a stock exchange where how do I cash out? How do I liquidate?
All right. So look, I just AI overview. Do you need a broker to sell shares in your company? So it says, while you technically don't need a broker to sell shares in your company, especially if your company is publicly traded, it is highly recommended to use one. So are we good on that?
Okay, we're good on that. Now look, type this in. Type, do your stocks need to be licensed or be part of a market? Type that in there.
Okay. So this is a different claim now.
No, it's just, no. It's the main claim. Like,
Do your stocks need to be licensed?
right, and on a market. So that's the first question. The next question is, do they got to be on an exchange market? Like, can they just be sold like fucking apples?
I'm gonna put in shares, cause that's what he was selling.
He was, bro, a share, a stock, and security is the same thing. You could put stocks, the same thing. And he was selling stocks, same thing. Because when you sell a stock, you're sharing the company. You got a portion of the company. So we could put stock there. If you don't, I will.
All right. So the AI overview says no. As an individual investor, you do not need. You know what? I need to put the question better because I need to put because it's talking about an individual investor.
Okay,
Obviously.
but hey, look, how about this? Just put stocks. Wait. Okay. Do this. Just put stocks definition. Let's start with that. Put stocks definition.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this first, and then we're gonna do the definition real quick. Do shares in your company need to be licensed? This one says yes. The offer and sale of shares in a company must comply with federal and state securities laws. So that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
All right. So is the claim now that Garvey was selling unlicensed shares?
Is not now. I'm saying everything about his idea.
Okay. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Is so that was so your argument then is or claim is Garvey was selling unlicensed shares in his company.
I'm saying his whole stock business was fraudulent. Everything about it was fraudulent.
No, but we need to get into some details, some
Right.
specifics.
Okay, but we are. So yeah, so all
Okay, so is that one of your claims?
Yes, that's one of them. All that shit was fraudulent.
Okay. All right. So he was selling unlicensed shares. Okay, that's one claim. All right. Let's see. Was Garvey selling unlicensed shares in his company? Oh, nothing comes up on the AI.
So so now put this. Wait, put this now. Was Garvey selling stocks of companies he did not, or was he selling stocks of things he did not own? Because he got busted for that, by the way.
Was Marcus Garvey selling stocks Say the question again. Was Marcus Garvey selling stocks and what?
For a ship he did not own.
Of shit. I don't think I could put that in the Google, bro.
SHIP. No, not ship. SHIP.
Oh, ships. Okay. Selling stocks of ships he didn't own. Boom. All right, so it says in 1923, the U.S. authorities successfully prosecuted and convicted Garvey for mail fraud in connection with stock selling for the Black Star Line. Garvey served a 2 years, so we already know all of that. That doesn't really answer your question.
Okay, so go back. So put Marcus Garvey and put Orion, Orion.
All right, after this, I want to go to my little, my little presentation or whatever. Marcus Garvey, Orion.
Yeah.
Like Orion, like the constellation?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The SS Orion was a ship that was the subject of mail fraud charges against Marcus Garvey in 1922. Garvey was convicted of the charges and served time in prison, but was later deported to Jamaica. What happened? The Black Star Line was negotiating to buy the SS Orion, but the deal was never finalized. Garvey was charged with mail fraud for sending a circular about the ship, even though the Black Star Line had not yet purchased it. Garvey was convicted of mail fraud and sentenced to 5 years in prison. President Calvin Coolidge commuted Garvey's sentence, and he was deported to Jamaica in 1927.
So based on that, did he defraud his investors?
Why was Garvey charged? The FBI targeted Garvey, and the prosecution of the case was
okay. Go ahead.
the FBI targeted Garvey, and the prosecution of the case was flawed. The Black Star Line's books contained accounting irregularities. Garvey's supporters and he believed the trial was politically motivated. Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
All right.
So let's go back to the question. The question is,
no, I don't believe he was a scammer. I believe he was railroaded. Now I want to present.
Wait. Hold on, because the question you said railroaded, but the question was about being railroaded. The question was, did he sell stocks for a ship he did not own?
Well, let's find out. That's what I'm going to get into right now.
You just read it. You just read it. He didn't own it yet.
Yeah, but just because, listen, do you know Bill Cosby was convicted of sexual assault, right?
Wait, no. I don't give a fuck about Bill Cosby. I'm talking about the stock. The stock market has specific.
My point is.
You have ex-architect call in, man. Come on.
I'm trying to answer your question, bro.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have Minister Meeks call in. Yo, we do stocks, bro. Stop, man.
Okay, bro. Can I answer the question though?
Okay,
so hold on. Question.
Wait. So let me state the question again. When he circulated advertisement, right, to the investors to buy stocks into the Orion, did he own it at that time or no?
He didn't. As far as I know, there was no stocks. He wasn't selling no stocks of the Orion. He was selling shares in his company.
That's it. Hey, bro, type in right now. Type in stocks versus shares right now.
Bruh.
No.
Can I, bro? But listen, I feel like I've been very accommodating and very.
No. You have no. You're disingenuous. You're lying now. You're going back to your nature. You're lying. Stocks and shares, securities.
How much shit I'm a search, bro?
Right, they're the same thing. Stocks, securities, and shares are the same thing.
Okay. I'm gonna concede that unbiased. Can I?
Wait, no. So the question is, can I concede? The question is, was he fraud? Was he defrauding investors?
No.
He said no. All right, good. Okay, I'm telling you, guys, this is why we gotta do what we gotta do. All right. Yeah.
Can I show the information?
We gotta draw the line. You do what you gotta do. We gotta draw the line.
Okay,
they cannot admit when they're fucking wrong.
From me, I'm a tether. I get it. Can I provide?
Yeah, because you're undermining the black fight.
Yes. Can I provide the information as to why I believe that he did not do what he was accused of?
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
This is crazy. Yeah,
I'm gonna try to do this as quick as possible, man. It's a lot of information. All right.
Don't read the chat.
I don't care about I don't care about the chat, bro.
It doesn't matter. Right. They're human beings with a brain.
Huh?
They're human beings with a brain. Like everybody knows this nigga was a fucking scammer.
Yeah, but I gotta be focused on what I'm trying to do. I can't be concerned about the chat right now.
Yeah.
Sorry. So it says here, Marcus Garvey, we already know, president of the Black Star Line, treasurer, blah blah blah. George Tobias and Secretary L. Garcia were all indicted for mail fraud in February of 1922. Immediately after the indictment, the government seized all the books and records of both the UNIA and the BSL. The prosecutors then mailed questionnaires to all 35,000 BSL stockholders in the hopes of accumulating evidence. This only added to the fanfare of the trial, which was one of the first modern celebrity trials involving a black activist. The trial did not begin until over a year later, in May 1923, when Judge Julian Mack was finally obtained to preside over the U.S. District Court case. The litigation began in an uproar as Garvey dismissed his attorneys when they encouraged him to cop a plea. Garvey felt the lawyers were trying to set him up for a trap. From the outset of the trial, the courtroom atmosphere seemed permeated by hostility and scorn. It was noted that several times Judge Mack jokingly remarked that he had to conduct a regular law school for Garvey's benefit. The prosecutor famously admonished the jury during his closing argument, "Gentlemen, will you let the tiger loose?" His statement indicated an obvious bias as there were 3 other defendants in the case. This was later confirmed as all were found innocent on all counts, leaving Garvey to pay the full price. All right, gonna move down here. For years, historians have doubted the legitimacy of Garvey's conviction. We will now examine the merits of those doubts by conducting legal analysis and investigation of the facts leading up to and comprising Garvey's mail fraud trial. Problem 1, the judge. Judge Julian Mack's personal reasons to convict Garvey. Judge Mack was known for his enthusiastic dedication to political causes. He did not merely lend his name to movements, he was an active doer. Additionally, Judge Leonard Hand, another renowned judge, was dismayed by the public interest activism of his colleague, Judge Mack. Judge Hand felt that this activism sometimes put Judge Mack's neutrality into question. By the way, I'm biased. I'm skipping over stuff because I know we can't be sitting here all night reading. I got the link in the back. So I'm just going through the information, trying to do it, you feel me, quickly. All right, so particularly relevant to the case is the fact that Judge Mack sympathized with the NAACP, maintained a membership in the organization, and made financial contributions to it. Did you catch that, unbiased?
Keep on. No,
all right.
Say it again.
No, didn't catch it?
Nah,
I'm going to read it again. I
can check. Go ahead.
I'm going to read it again. Particularly relevant to this case is the fact that Judge Mack ideologically sympathized with the NAACP, maintained a membership in the organization, and made financial contributions to it. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
All right. Moreover, Judge Mack participated in meetings that finally led to the formation of the NAACP and presided at early meetings addressed by the militant intellectual W.E.B. Du Bois. This point is key because the NAACP was Garvey's primary arch nemesis throughout his career. Now, I'm going to stop there. Quick question for you, unbiased.
Wait,
in terms of huh?
Where the screen at?
I got the link in the chat, so it'll probably be better for you to follow.
In the chat, in the Zoom chat or the
yeah, in the Zoom chat.
All right, hold on. Yeah, it's like saying some old island link right here. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
All right. So you should go to where it says problem 1, the judge. There should be a PDF file. You probably have to open it. You know what I'm saying? So we read we're on the same page or whatever. So it should say problem 1, the judge. And that's page, it'll be the second page of 16.
Yeah, this dude was a Garveyite, bro.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, the information that he's providing is either true or not true.
Yeah.
So let's go over this part of it, and then you can independently corroborate that outside of the Garveyite, right? So it's alleged here that Judge Mack was not only a member of the NAACP, but he presided in the meetings of the foundation of the NAACP, and was in early meetings with W.E.B. Du Bois. So those things either happened, they're either true or they're not true. Regardless if this guy is a Garveyite or whatever, you can independently verify that tomorrow or whenever. Is that fair?
Well, just go ahead and finish because I want to share my screen.
Right. Now, if all of this, if presuming that this is true, does any of this information mean anything to you? Is it relevant or no? Fuck that. That nigga's a scammer.
Scammer.
Right. Is the information relevant?
No.
Okay, I'm done. Have a good night.
No, don't try to leave. Don't
No, I'm done. Because look, it's one thing to say that you believe he's still a scammer regardless. But if you can at the very least say, okay, if that's true,
but this is okay. All day we've been not agreeing all day, even with Lord Jamar ancestry. Now all of a sudden you want to run because I share my screen.
No, it's fine to not agree unbiased. Okay. But if I'm not, listen to what I'm saying though, bro. Listen to what I'm saying.
I got you. Listen to what I'm saying. Do not flee. Do not flee because I got stuff too.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Hear me out. Hear me out. This is what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. It's midnight, right? We closing in on 1 a.m. Right?
Yeah.
If I get the impression that you don't give a fuck about none of this
information, that's the impression I got of you. When I brought out information, you didn't give a fuck. And I didn't flee. I stayed right here. But hold on. But now, listen. Now you want to filibuster for 20 minutes when I want to read. What I'm going to read has nothing to do with that.
No, brother. Okay, brother. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. You didn't let me finish, bro.
Right. But don't ask me. Just read. Don't ask me questions because I want to read what I got to read.
You didn't let me finish, bro.
I got it. I want to read my information to you.
That's fine, bro. If the judge on the court was basically in cahoot. I don't want to even use the word cahoot.
I don't believe my man's story. But my man, I don't believe his story.
What I'm saying, my nigga, I asked you, presuming that this is true. It's a hypothetical.
I don't believe it's true. No.
All right, bro. All right, bro. You got me. You win. I'm bowing out, man.
Anybody? No. That's the thing. That's the thing about these guys. About these guys, they always want to win. I want to be correct. I don't want to win. I want to be correct. And again, like he fled because he kept trying to act like stocks and shares weren't the same. Watch this. What are stocks? A stock, also known as equity, is a security that represents the ownership of a fraction of the issuing corporation. Units of stocks are also called shares. So why he kept trying to pick and choose? I'm like, yo, it's the same fucking thing. Okay. Units of stocks are also called shares, which entitle the owner to a proportion of the corporation's assets and profits equal to how much they own. Now listen, it said the profits of how much they own. So Marcus Garvey was selling stocks for $5, right? A pop. They got stock certificates. How can they sell it back? If they sell it back, are they getting $5 back? Because whatever you bought the stock for, if the market doesn't go up and down, you can get your money back exactly what you paid for it. This is common sense for people who handle stocks. Okay. Now, did Marcus Garvey have the money to give back? No. He was buying ships with the money. So nobody could actually liquidate. You see, he ran because Marcus Garvey would tell the FBAs, if you don't buy, this was his sales pitch, by the way. His sales pitch for stocks was, if you don't buy stocks, you are a traitor, basically. Like some Nation Islam shit. So like, that whole trick. Support, buy black. Oh, you ain't black. No, your product's shitty, bro. I'm gonna go to white man Tom to get that same shit. It's gonna be, or the Asian guy, it's gonna be good quality. So he ran because he gonna cherry pick. This is what people do, man. This is sad. He gonna cherry pick a Garveyite, bro. He has at the very least, he had a conflict of interest. Show me somebody who don't have a dog in the fight. An independent researcher, an independent investigator, and show me that person work saying the same shit. Don't show me a supporter of Garvey, because he's denying this right here. This is what he's denying. Okay, look what it says. Stocks are bought and sold predominantly on stock exchanges and are the foundation of many individual investors' portfolios. Now, watch this. Stock trades have to conform to, watch this. Stock trades, they have to conform to government regulations, mean to protect investors from fraudulent practices. Stock trades have to conform with government regulations. Garvey stocks did not conform. That's why he got locked up for mail fraud, because it protects investors from fraudulent Marcus Garvey practices. Stock trades have to conform to government regulations meant to protect investors from Marcus Garvey practices. His stocks did not conform to government regulations because he would have had them shit's license and he would have had his license. He was defrauding the public. FBAs. Garvey was a fraudster. Now, just a minute ago, yesterday, he claimed he don't know nothing about Garvey. But today, he became a Garvey expert. Like Matt Hopper, fucking expert opinion. Matt Hopper started a show called Expert Opinion. Like, dude, when you become a fucking expert? But that's how they be feeling when they from outside of America. It's like they're fucking experts overnight. Okay, your stocks, they have to conform. Your stocks in this country have to conform to FCC regulation, because that's meant to protect investors from fraudulent Garvey practices. His stocks did not conform to government regulations. Therefore, by definition, fuck with old boy talking, by definition of stocks, this is Investopedia. This has to happen. Otherwise, you're leaving your investors open to fraudulent practices. This is a closed case. Closed case. It's also a closed casket. He ran because he wanted to cherry pick sources. That shit does not work, bro. I don't care what one man could override the fucking consensus. Nigga's a scammer. But he fled. He hops off because he don't want to talk about other shit. We talk about stocks. He gonna cherry pick some source. I looked the guy up. He's a fucking Garveyite. Like, oh hell no, hell I ain't riding with that nigga. Hell no, I'm riding with the consensus. The consensus is the consensus, and then you're gonna try to paint some Illuminati conspiracy. W. Du Bois set him up. Hey, dude, like, yo, people patronize judges. Like people always do that with judges. What you talking about? A conspiracy theory to get a fucking Garvey. Why? Yo, a conspiracy theory to get a guy to bring Africans to Liberia. Let me see this. Let me do AI too. Marcus Garvey, W. Du Bois, and Garvey confront Liberia. All right, let's get it. He gives me a person, and this is disingenuous. Dude, give me a institution. Don't give me some guy, some Garvey fanatic. Give me an institution. Look where I'm at. I'm at an institution, my boy. Okay. Let me try to find this shit real fast without reading all this. Oh my God. Oh boy, here we go with this shit. Okay, so it must be in here then. Okay. Make it bigger for y'all. Du Bois and Garvey confront Liberia. Oh, can I? Really? I can't go down and see the damn screen? Wow. Wow. Okay. Marcus Garvey's interest in Liberia was a direct outgrowth of his enthusiasm for Pan-Africanism and his opposition to colonial rule. In 1920, Garvey turned to Liberia as the logical place to establish a new capital for the Universal Negro Improvement Association. Garvey may well have realized that the conservative Americo-Liberian elite, descended from the founders of the independent Black Republic, had a vested interest in borrowing troublemakers from their shores. But he also knew that the rulers of Liberia needed foreign capital to avoid bankruptcy and promised them a transfusion of capital if they would welcome members of UNIA settlers. In June 1920, Ellie Garvey lieutenant in Liberia, outlined Garvey terms in a letter to the president of Liberia, Charles, in return for the land. Okay, so it just ain't. Okay, so it just ain't going nowhere. I'm trying to get to when they actually got to Liberia. And I want it to be not a credible source, but not this shit right here, Garvey Nation. We're not going here for Garvey. Maybe I'll try this. Oh shit. Nah. All right, fuck it. I'll try to avoid Wikipedia. Oh, really? Okay. Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. I ain't gonna ever find this shit. Let me type in ship. Nah, I ain't gonna. Nah, I ain't gonna. All right, I ain't gonna find it. Let me go back up top. Let me try this. All right, let's try. If this ain't it, I'm done. Early 20th century attempts at resettlement were made, such as those by Chief Alfred Sam between 1913 and 1915. The eventual disillusionment of those who migrated to the north and the frustration of struggling to cope with urban life set the scene for the Back to Africa movement of the 1920s, established by Marcus Garvey. Garvey contemporaneously served as major inspiration for a number of 1920s activists and preachers, such as James E. Lewis, whose Los Angeles congregation helped finance the construction of a passenger ship. Many of those who migrated to the northern states from the south found that although they were financially better off, they remained at the bottom both, whatever. Garvey's, yeah, we ain't getting nowhere with that. All right, so I'm not able to prove my point on that. But I prove my point over here. He kept trying to say, I'll look up shares. I'm like, dude, shares are stocks. And I said, security, look, security. Everything I said, it is. Like, dude, you're new to this. Like, dude, come on, man. Me, ex-architect, the Watcher, and Minister Meats. This is what we do, bro. Like, we read books on this shit. Like, we did paper trading. We do real trading. Well, I ain't do real trading. I did paper trading. But X and Meach and the Watcher, they do real trading. I did paper trading. I did simulation trading. But I'm like studied up on this shit though. I watch hella videos of stock quote unquote experts. You dig? So yeah, stocks are shares. I'm gonna look up shares. You can just look up stocks because it's gonna call them shares. Look, they're called shares. You can look up stocks. It's okay. Oh my God. Stocks are shares, man. Shares and it's securities. Okay. Now this is the thing. This is the thing that Garvey missed out. Stock trades have to conform to government regulations meant to. Why? Because your money in America is always protected. That's the advantage of living in a first world country. And it protects you from investors. It protects the investors from fraudulent practice from Marcus Garvey. It protects investors from Marcus Garvey practices. Take this word out and just put Marcus Garvey there. Stock trades have to conform to Garvey should think conform to government regulations. That's why they locked him up. They locked him up for mail fraud. That means he didn't conform with government regulations. He's circulating flyers around saying to buy stocks into a ship he did not own. That's fraud. He said, how did Garvey get in the country? Illegally. Yo, but that's not being funny. You had white folks getting in here illegally. You had Hispanics coming in here illegally. People were coming, illegal immigration. That's not new. That shit is 1900s. That shit is 1930s, 1940s, 1910s. Illegals always came to this country and they all didn't get, when they got caught, they all didn't get turned around. Like today, some illegals, they just, yeah, you're legal, but go ahead. You're illegal, you can't come. They did that. Not all illegals was always turned around in this country. Yeah, but the cherry picking article, I mean, to me personally, I ain't trying to convince y'all. Well, I am a little bit. But for me, that's enough. Like I know Africans and the Caribbean, they're gonna protect themselves at all times. Okay. And I'm petitioning FBAs. I'm sorry, we gotta be the same way. So if your boy got caught stealing and some non-FBA, like, yo, did you see anything? We just gotta say no. No, I ain't seen nothing. Like that's how they making it. Okay, they're playing chess, we're playing checkers. No, I do chess. I would hate to live like that where I gotta like to be dishonest, but I have to. You guys are not on code. I mean, you guys are on code, we're not on code. So as a result, I have to just ride with FBA. And again, my 2025 resolution is to not argue with FBA like that. You did, unless them just unavoidable. So, and I gotta be on code. So if IBM is wrong, I just gotta be quiet. I gotta chastise him in public. I mean, in private, unless it's just us. But if there's guests on here that's not FBA, I gotta let him ride. I gotta just suck it up. I can mute his ass though, but I'm not gonna. I can kick him off, but I'm not gonna argue with him. I gotta let him. I gotta just just bite the bullet on that one. Yeah, like come on. So Haskell point. Is everything negative about Garvey true? Maybe not. Okay, and that's okay. But what you're not going to rewrite is that he was selling stocks legitimately. You're not going to rewrite that. You're not going to. Now, was he railroaded? Was he targeted? And his other shit possibly. But I mean, but I already read that. I read once he met with the KKK. Black FBAs wanted his ass out the country. Yeah, so and I read that they were contacting the police enforcement trying to speed up the process. And get this guy the fuck up out of here. They was doing. But again, Haskel, the Hassan, you're not gonna know that we don't meet up with the KKK. We just don't do that. There are permanent ops. That's like a Christian meeting Satan and shaking his hand. Like, yo, you don't, if you're black and I'm from America, you don't sit down with the KKK. He made a big mistake. He sat down with the KKK. And after that, black leaders wanted him gone. Okay. Could they have been lying on him? Possibly. Could they have been capping? Possibly. Could they have been over-exaggerating? Possibly. But what's not possibly is him selling stocks that were not government regulated. That's not possible. I mean, we know that's possible. We know he did that. It's not possible. He did that. That's why I asked Haskel, what exchange was his stocks on? They want no exchange, man. He just printing shit and saying, hey, and you're spending money to hold up a stock certificate, and there's really nothing to show for it. You don't have no real equity in this fucking in this shit. Shit pup. You don't have no real equity in this shit. Okay. So, but he ran, he fled. He doesn't want to have a conversation because he knows I'm not going to let him get away with Garvey not being a scammer. I know he's a scammer. He tried to go Google last night. And that's, you know what I mean? I'm going to come back on. I'm going to show him. No, you're not going to show me. I know you're a scammer. Stocks, they have to be licensed. The brokers got to be licensed. Oh, do you got to be a broker? Yes, you got to be a broker, bro. No, but there's exceptions. But yeah, he's not that exception. If there are exceptions, one exception is not Garvey. And then you try to say he was in the country legally. Get the, yo, listen, fam, wait till I show y'all tomorrow how racist those white folks at that time, man. They wouldn't even allow white people in the country. If you were from Eastern Europe or Southern Europe, they created acts, laws where Eastern and Southern Europeans could not come in the country. So if they don't let their own people in the country, now listen to the reason why. They don't let them in the country because they feel like they were like inferior Europeans. And they wanted to keep their genetics strong. They wanted to mate with just strong white people. Why would they allow Jamaicans in the country then? They don't want to take the risk of their kindred mating with non-whites. So they brought Germans over because they think they're like the epitome of white. They brought Germans over a hand. Here, Germans, come over. And they made them assimilate. So they came over to be American. They stripped their German, rituals and German language, tongue. They stripped that shit. They made them learn English. And they were banned from speaking German. They were banned. Couldn't do it. All right. Read a couple, check them out. Okay, so the watcher said California wildfires and Trump will ensure California doesn't see a reparations bill. So for the next 8 years, this is nothing burger. Well, that will sow division, but what do I know? Okay. Yo, my eyes are so blurry from like looking at this computer screen that's so bright. I can't even read the chat because I'm looking at my iPad like so I can't. MC Fact. Oh. Blue Devil said, I'm going to create my own reparation movement. Shit. All right, well, cut me a check if you're successful. Okay, so now that is so that right there, I would have been displayed. Okay. So that right there is undermining. He's calling, okay, so again, I can't even fault Blue Devil. Like these guys, like these black immigrants, they don't know African American history. So at some point, like you're frustrated, but you like kind of can't be frustrated because they don't know your history. It's disrespectful. It's definitely anti-FBAism because no, don't do that. Because lack of knowledge of the Jews don't make you less anti-Semitic. You dig? So it's Blue Devil's statement was definitely anti-FBAism. He said he's calling black folks looking for reparations. Just do a hustle. This is why we must delineate, and we are delineating, and we already delineated. Like we already know what's up. Okay, we already know what's up. We know a lot of these Caribbeans ain't gonna rock with us simply because we decided to have our own like they got their own. They got independence from the UK. Well, we want independence from America as far as nationality. We don't want to be Americans, African American anymore. America's black African, black American, Negro, colored, slave. No, we're going to be foundational black American. We're going to attempt to name ourselves and make the world call us it. No different than MAGA. MAGA say, hey, we're MAGA. And the whole world knows them as MAGA. They know who the founder is. They know Trump. Right. Garvey got dealt with. Yeah, because he couldn't. Yeah, exactly. He got dealt with. They punished his ass because he didn't finish the mission. The mission was to get FBAs to Africa. So that's why he didn't make an alliance with Jamaica. Because I believe he wanted FBAs in Africa sitting in limbo land because they ain't gonna invite us in, while his people from Jamaica just occupy America. And now they're in our spots. That's what I think. I really think Garvey's trying to do a bait and switch. Yeah, y'all go over there so we can take over your spots, and it's too late. Now, with that note, I'm going to bed. You know, I'm gonna do live in the morning. I'm probably gonna have some more. I don't know. You know what? I might bore y'all tomorrow, but it's gonna be good information, but it's not as entertaining as Tariq. I'm gonna do some tone talk. Matter of fact, I was supposed to do Lord A, but let me see what he got going on. I've been trying to, because he's a free.
Crappy the airline is.
He's a free, but I've been dying to see what he was talking about. I know that he got a video somewhere. So this the brother that brother Reggie hopped on yesterday, the watcher. It's him. That he was debating. He had Mighty Hebrew on there kicking brother Reggie ass. This shit is funny. Okay. FBA signed petition to cancel math. Yeah, I like. All right. I mean, yo, I might share this shit tomorrow. Yeah. I love people. Okay, so again, my terminology is not mine, but FBAs is clearly us. Non-FBAs are who not us, but they don't mean that they're enemies. They can be allies as long as they don't undermine us like Haskel. And once they're allies, right? Once we got allies are non-FBAs who support what we are doing, and they are riders, right? So I call those non-allies, right? I call the allies, non-FBAs and FBAs. I call us United Family. So if you hear me say United Family, that is me talking about, that's me coupling FBAs with non-FBAs, ride or die supporters. All right. So the term I'm gonna use is gonna be United Family, because you don't want to be always all exclusive, right? You're gonna need to have alliances. So the way, and then when you have alliance, you want an umbrella. Okay, like for example, when you join your company with this stranger, y'all all still Verizon. Verizon is the company. And as long as you're Verizon employees, you feel like, you know what I mean, there should be some type of relationship between y'all. Okay, so United Family is I came up with that term for a sense to believe we don't always gotta be like by ourselves. We can build an alliance. We are who we are. They are who we are. They are who they are. But together, if they don't have no secret agenda, they're just supporters. Together, we are the United Family. Okay, all right, so let me go. I'm out. Yeah, you're right over there. Okay, bye. Let me warm it up.